Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sparrows. Look at all these lovely sons of nice people here on this channel. Our
Good, because if you
audience,
said
all of our
something about
people.
my mom, I'd be salty.
I wouldn't want to say nothing about any of your mamas. I don't know any of them. I, however, know mine, and never mind.
Well, if
So,
I meet your mom, I'll tell you don't respect her.
Is today's prompt? We have to say something about everyone's mother.
Was that no? That's not
Apparently.
the prompt. That is not the prompt. Don't. That is not the prompt. All right, everyone. So it has been a week, and we have a new face. Individual right over here, the lovely Stratful. It seems as if somehow this character has transferred over here onto the Sparrow ship. And for all of you in the audience that weren't aware, shocking, I know, horrible, horrible surprise, but Dreams of Silver and Stone and Sparrows are running concurrently in the same universe in a shared space and might at some point converge. So, for tonight, we're going to go around the table. We're going to go at random, like we usually do. We're going to determine who gets to talk about the death of their own character first. So tonight we will be providing eulogies for each one of these in memoriam from the point of the player to their character. What nice things or not so nice things would you have to say? And yeah, let's just start. We'll get this thing rolling. And we got 5. That would be McSherry. You're up first.
I think this is karmic punishment for being out the last 2 weeks.
You were gone for so long.
I can do it.
So, who are you? Who are you playing, and what's your eulogy for B?
Hi, everybody. I am McSherry, also known as Gwen, and I have the extreme joy to play Beatrix Muse. Thank you, Clarion and Amos, for your touching song. I didn't know the depth of musical talent of this crew, or how you could blend two such incongruent musical styles. But I know that B would have appreciated it. What can I say about B that hasn't already been said? Cute, adorable, precocious, psychopathic. She was all of those and more. Truly, I have never before seen a 12-year-old who managed to pack so much love and laughter into 40 or 50 years of life than B. She lived life to its fullest, booped all the snoots she had permission to boop, and made friends, or let's face it, enemies, everywhere she went. Who would have ever thought that booping that cosmic snoot could have gone so wrong for her? I'm sorry, it's still so fresh.
Oh.
Anyway, I know that B would have loved to see you all here today. She would have had a story to share about each of you, and perhaps some apologies to make. Not that she would have actually apologized, mind you. That wasn't her style. You all have been so supportive in this loss. I think that the best thing we can do now is remember B as she was and just hold each other up. If anyone needs a healing boop, I'll be over by the cash bar. Thank you.
And thank you for that lovely, lovely remembrance of Beatrix Muse. So,
Dang,
moving on from
I want
there,
a cash bar at my funeral.
we head over to Stratful. You are up next. Why don't you introduce yourself and make people aware of who you're playing? I mean, they don't know you at all.
Maybe so. Hello, everybody. I'm Stratful, playing as Nohu, the Kachkin Tinkerer. You know, just one more for the bag in this group. And well, more than a tinkerer, he styles himself as a great adventurer. So, what better place to be than in a spacefaring ship that can bring him to all sort of planets for even greater adventures. I make a promise to try and fill on my predecessor's shoes, but I don't think I can fart as much as he did. So I'll give it a try. As for Nohu's eulogy, I'll do a little bit of something in my nationality. It's a little different from a eulogy, so please forgive the accent, the talking and such. So just assume that I'm speaking the words correctly. This is called Calaverita. Know who set out for his next adventure. They want to place him in the history books, crossing rivers, hiking woods, climbing outside some beast's venture. The little cut king yearned for something with a greater hook. There, from the shadows, a figure did lurk, death's grim visage presenting itself with a courteous bow. I've kept my eye on your life's clockwork. You've cheated death one too many times, and I'm here to avow your soul is forfeit. No more mills will you plunder. So bring your challenge forth and let dread be born in your soul. Death's toll was too high, would know who rise or his confidence sunder. The game was set, know whose weapon nothing more than a sausage roll. Now know who may not be among us any more. But fear not, should a blackened hood appear before you, for death's grimace has a new decor, one of a tail-wagging coachkin with a new job to debut.
That's excellent. Well done. And I don't know if I'd want to see that on my deathbed. We'll move right along to Jackal and Amos.
Please be seated. Amos was not a simple Lesran. Murderer, terrorist, pirate. Amos fought to be those things so others wouldn't sully their hands with the blood of hundreds. In the end, it cost them everything to keep their friends at bay. He succeeded by 34 children, names and races too numerous to list. Before his march down a darker path, they were a proud and honorable soldier for the Empire in the university, bringing peace to the people of Albion and Silver Shield. Though his name is forever blackened, a stain upon the walls of the Empire, we will not forget the good that they have done. Their crimes too numerous to list, but their deeds even greater. May they rest eternal.
Oh, Amos. Well stated, Jackal. Moving right along to Nora and Clarion Bell.
This moment. Friends, pirates, chaoslings, thank you for being here tonight. What can I say about Clarion Bell that hasn't already been said about the Mechanical Turk, or Deep Blue, or IBM's Watson? No, I jest. In truth, Clarion is more than all of these because she could and would sass you with swear words. And she had a soul. Where that soul is now, only the dragons could say, but we will miss her. Her terrifying curiosity, calm in the face of chaos, and implacability during the storms of meat and life, defined an automaton capable of acts both great and small. The great acts, those of holding the lives and deaths of others in her dexterous transforming hands, and those of reimagining and re-engineering that same life are what she might have preferred to be remembered by. However, the small acts, learning how to comfort her patients and how to be a better member of the crew, are hopefully what will last with those who knew her best. And of course, the self-reproducing hive of mechanical bees. I would like to close this statement with a heartfelt thank you. Thank you, all of you, for interacting with this clanking, awkward, stiff, and yet very flexible automaton. And thank you for helping her run from her past. I'm sure she won't have to confront it at all now that she is past. With an automaton, no one really knows how long they could have lived. So we will just have to assume that hers was a life cut short. Before she could transform into the great Freedom Rings, pirate queen of the Aether Sphere. Alas, that is a future that will only live on now in my mind. Well, friends, I must render a heartfelt goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
On my behalf and Clarion's.
Well stated. The immortal being that is Clarion could not fulfill their potential, but that is a different timeline, a different alternate reality, and not the one we currently live in. We move right along to Benjamin and Red Iron.
Thank you to all of Ishlud's friend for coming here. It's a pleasure to see you attending this service. I'm going to keep it light because, as we all know, these are very dour events, and sometimes you got to mix it up with a couple of jokes. What can you say about Red Iron that hasn't already been said about the Zodiac Killer?
Every time.
Please. Yeah, that's a good joke, Benjamin. That's 3 times you've done it on this stream. Hi, Red. I'm just doing a thing here, and then we'll get into the thing. You realize that I'm still under the effects of the previous session's chaos effect, resulting in me being completely aware of everything that you think and see and do for the next 24 hours of my life. Unfortunately, this effect was paused while I was standing on the edge of a broken station, so I've actually had to watch you go to work every day for a whole week. It's exhausting. Yeah, okay, let me do the lead-in, and then we'll get into the existential crisis that you're having. I'm not having a crisis. Honestly, I've seen you at work. I think you're the one with the problem here. Red, I'm trying to do a eulogy about you. I'm trying to say nice things. Zodiac Killer, I actually know what that is now. You don't even know what the Zodiac Killer is. It's just a funny joke that you say. It is funny. Everyone likes it. Everyone likes the joke. Anyway, I don't plan on dying anytime soon. Unlike what you have planned for me. Okay, I said I was sorry. You actually didn't. I've watched the stream several times. Yeah, that's right. You ego watched that 11-minute clip of talking to yourself 3 times this last week. You never apologized. You just walked it back like a coward. So, Red Iron leaves behind him a legacy of light and gentility. What a special being with a special way of looking at the world. Red Iron, we're not glad he's dead. You're damn right you're not.
Red Iron, just so you know, Wash wouldn't have been killed had the series continued, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, don't you worry, blame the system. Totally got it. You know who the system is in this instance? It's you, big guy, right there. Also, I prefer the hat.
I will wear my hood, thank you very much. Move right along to Kai and Leife.
Hello, I am Kai and Leife. As we all know and can appreciate, Leife has lived a very, 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 very long life. At 669, he finally passed from this mortal coil, and now has moved on into the sun. I don't know what it was called. I forgot.
Son.
But I'm sure he remembers in the afterlife. We can all also appreciate the final words of Leife. YOLO. Truly, maybe he knew that best. Because it's true. YOLO. He didn't live a second time, unfortunately. After becoming Lord of all of the galactic realms, even the ones that we don't know about yet, or actually we do now. Yeah, we know about more now. I'm sure everybody knows about all the rest of them now in this future timeline. One was called Treo, That one's over. It's like to the left. It was wild. I saw it. It was pretty cool. Also, we saw Aether and Steamworks Edition 3. It was sick. Leife got to see all of this after he also got to see like the extra world. See, there's also Kai talking in the future too.
You're not allowed to know that Sedna's in the next expansion. Knock it off.
But it's unfortunate that such a kind, caring soul that wouldn't hurt any of his crewmates ever had to pass from this realm after they said YOLO to challenging a rock in space, saying that he could stop it with 2 fingers, and then it crushed him after it just landed on him because he didn't understand that gravity doesn't work. He tried to use space magic, and what can be said about him? But he tries a lot of things. Tried
a lot of things. Leife is definitely someone who has tried a lot of things, some of which don't make sense, and that's definitely YOLO. I mean, the man surfed a spaceship, so I mean that's successfully. All right, everybody, that is this edition of what's going to happen in the future, and what am I going to say about it on the final episode with my character's last moments. And in the don't hold me to that. I'm sure it'll be different than that when I finally kill each and every one of you sons of... Never mind. So we shall recap last week's episode so that individuals that are out there can catch up in this way rather than necessarily having to go back and watch the entire 3-hour piece, but do anyway, because I mean, it's awesome. These are very fun individuals and very fun characters, and it's a lot of fun in general. And if I say fun enough, subconsciously, you'll just associate that word with this show. That's how that works. So last time on Sparrows, oh boy, they were out in the middle of the ruins of Besmini when Red Iron realized that Benjamin was controlling and manipulating everything they did, constantly causing threats and problematic occurrences and making poor decisions in order to just harm this individual in some sort of twisted reality where they just enjoy the godly power that they hold over some small character. That's how that went exactly. And then over to the side, Beatrix was resting, taking some serious electrical burns from the previous encounter, and has since been basically just laying in bed, resting and getting better, and is now going to be waking up to this madness. Leife had been dealing with and suffering with a lack of... I just don't know how to place it in better terms. Competency when it comes to the circumstances that were surrounding the events here, some of the ones in the past. Well, that's how
all men faced at some age.
It was yes, it happens to everyone eventually. The competency issues in his mind, not necessarily that it was actually even true, but in his mind, and the stresses of the events of the last I think it's only been like a week since you guys teleported with Sylvia on board. This all happened. This is like a week's worth of nonsense, barring a couple.
That seems to track.
Anyway, cracked under the pressure, became very angry, and broke his tenets, and kind of went berserk on the ship, causing more injuries to Bicky, culminating in this fight between him and Amos, where Amos kind of won, but upon stumbling away, fell face first onto the deck, bleeding profusely in front of Clarion and the captain and Scarborough. And Bicky, after being crushed and after some of the rubble cleared away, had been dragged upstairs, and then we saw Nohu barrel out of the oven, which we'll explain shortly. So, why don't we start off with that moment from the very beginning? Why don't we just do that first? Nohu, in one moment, you're diving towards this pool of water. Everything's glowing and energy is brimming around you. You're feeling a flame, a light inside of your mouth, not unlike some of the hottest chili peppers you've ever consumed, although this one seems to be biting you back. And in a bright flash, you see nothing. Then you see the winking brightness of stars and realize that this is your eyes clearing as like specks of light are popping everywhere. And there's a small goblin woman standing in front of you in the kitchen staring at you aghast. In a split second, before you can react, before your body can react, you suddenly have hands accost you, lifting you up, tossing you into some sort of really kind of smelly, although kind of like burnt bread, location that slammed shut, and then you hear chains being wrapped around the entryway, the handle. And after a short moment, you realize you've been tossed inside of an oven. As you're sitting inside of there, you're feeling an intense pain in your jaw. And as you try to form words, you see your tongue slide out of the edge of your mouth, and you can feel blood like dripping down your chin and onto your hand as your whole side of your face is burned off.
Oh, the inside of my face?
Yes, in the inside of your mouth, through the front part of your jaw, some of your teeth are missing, and it seems like whatever that object you've been holding in your mouth has burned a hole through it.
Oh, but I'm immune to fire.
It's not exactly fire.
Oh, well, this will be a brand new sensation. Touching my tongue against it, feeling the pain. Ow. 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 Oh, boy.
As you're kind of tucked into this small space and your tail is kind of scratching, and it just like curls up over your own chest, you're surprised. You haven't been in an oven in a while.
It isn't Christmas Eve yet. What could be the reason? Oh, wait. I wasn't anywhere near an oven in the last 5 minutes. Adventure sure is one mystery after another. Oh, well, I better start scratching things or making noise enough until I get out of here.
You start wiggling and scratching around, and you see a bunch of like black flecks of substance that are stuck to the walls and the ceiling, soot and whatnot. Some of it falls on your face, tasting a bit like burnt toast. And as you twist a little bit, your tail makes a screeching noise against the door. Suddenly there's a massive slam, and the ground and the walls shake. Everything kind of rattles a bit. You get jarred and bounced inside of this thing for a while before the door pops open. And a bunch of dust, debris, and the smell of wood smoke comes into the oven with you.
Oh, well, might as well start crawling out of the oven. See what's in front of me.
You crawl out of the oven a little bit to find a lot of debris scattered around you. Off to your right and your left, you see the inner workings of a hull, like on board of a ship. You see a rather huge barrel full of oily sardines.
Rocky! Rocky, are you here?
Shouting out
Hello?
for Rookie, you hear a, "What? I haven't been called Rookie in a while!" And you see a kobold rush into the room with you, bright orange in color with a green shock of hair. This kobold turns and looks you over once. "You're not me, are you?"
I do the mirror thing where I'm mimicking the movement he does and twisting the head at the same time he does.
"Oh, not again! The last one grew out of my shoulder. You know I was feeling something on my butt earlier. Was that you?"
No, something already grew out of my shoulders and a little bit lower down the back. Look, this is wings.
"Oh, you have wings! You can't be me. I don't have wings. Am I you?"
Oh, maybe you're me from the past. You know, I have wings now, you don't, so, keep at it. Maybe you'll get some wings.
I love the idea of wings. I would love to have wings as well. I can't wait until I get older.
By the way, are those sardines fresh?
The sardines? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a new barrel. Picky just opened it. The last one was eaten by a turtle.
Good, this one will be eaten by me. Excuse me.
Well, be careful. She likes to eat people's tails that go in that barrel.
Oh, that's only a calling card for an adventurer like me. Don't you worry about it. Or I guess an adventurer like us.
Of course, like us. When did I lose my tail? Oh no, she must have eaten it. But
Oh, those regrow. Don't worry about it.
yours didn't. You have a whole tail missing. There's a robotic part there, so that means I lost my tail at some point. Someday I'm gonna eat the sardines, and then Becky's gonna bite my tail off.
No, I already regrow it. You know, it's just metal instead of flesh. It's the same thing.
Oh! So you take the red iron approach in the future. That makes sense! We will grow metal components and be just like him.
Red who?
You don't remember Red Iron. Apparently he wasn't around long enough for you to remember. I must try to remember this time. Can you think hard and feel that, you know who Red Iron is?
I'm thinking he's big and
That's right.
red.
That's right, he is. All right, you got it. I got it. I remembered this time. I've got to go tell the captain that I've got a better memory than he thinks. And I'll be right back to see me again from the future. And you see Carrot rush through the room and head up the staircase.
Oh, how nice I was back in the day. So cute, so naive. And now to the anchovies.
As you begin munching away on these oily, salty, delicious, very obvious stored and shelf-preserved sardines, B, you are awakened to the sloppy sounds of sardine gulping.
Finn? Finn, is that you? I thought you were the cube, but maybe you're not the cube anymore.
What?
You see bits and pieces of like sardine and oil squirting out the hole in the side of his face as there's a red and goggle-eyed kobold staring at you from the other room.
You are definitely not Finn.
No, I'm Nohu. I'm a great adventurer.
Oh, well, we're having a lot of adventures, so maybe that's why you're here. It's nice to meet you, Nohu. I'm B.
B. Where is here, B?
Oh, we're on the Archimedes. I think. Actually, I don't know where we're going. I've been sleeping for the past several hours. It's been a rough week, Nohu.
Oh, tell me about it. I was going on an adventure in the swamp, going through ruins, jumping out of alligator's mouth, but I don't remember any Archimedes in the nearby. I'm going to take out my big map of Nohus and like extend it, and I'm like,
You reach for your map, and it is missing.
Where are my things? Is it just?
You are naked. You just have your goggles on and a couple of leather straps.
Oh no! All of my things! Oh, where have they gone? Oh no! Gosh,
I don't know, but I'm sure we can give you more things. We have a lot of things here, and I think we're going to get more things. Oh, ow. Does your face feel like my arms right now?
Well, it's stung a little bit before all of the fish oil got on it, and now it's like a screaming sort of pain. I didn't want to say anything because you said you were like had a bad week, so.
It's okay. I mean, we should really get Clarion to take a look at you and see if she can make that pain go away.
Beatrix.
Come on. By the way.
Hey, B.
Yeah? What's up?
This creature smells like the same stone we gathered power from before.
Oh. You wouldn't happen to have a small glowing stone thingy, would you?
I think I ate it, or it exploded inside my mouth. There's a 50-50 chance that both things happen at once.
What?
I mean, that's fair. We can always wait. I know Carrot eats things all the time. Ask him about the ball bearings sometime. Oh, and by the way, Nohu, may I boop your snoot?
Can I scream all the way over to the nursery?
Yes.
Then yes.
Boop.
Ah!
As we see Nohu's screaming as P boops him on the snout, we move to the next scene. Amos, you have collapsed to the floor. What is your last thought you have before everything goes dark?
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. Thump and out, and you hear the captain off the side. Amos! Amos! Clarion! Grab Amos! Scarborough, help her get him inside. Medbay right away. Leife!
Yes, Captain.
You and me, we're gonna have a chat. Come with me.
Yes, Captain.
He turns and stalks down, or jumps down from the steering column, and starts marching across the deck after securing the steering column in place, and grabs a hold of Leife's arm, and they just go down below decks. Scarborough comes over. All right, Amos. Oh my God, he's bleeding everywhere. Clarion, this is bad.
Scarborough, you did very well helping me last time. I'm sure you can do so again.
Well, I don't have to do more of this stuff, do I? I mean, seriously,
I am still missing an arm, Scarborough. I have not had time to repair it.
I've never signed on to be a medic. I'm not a medic.
Scarborough, when things go wrong, sometimes we need to adapt.
You hear a Captain! Coming up the stairs right behind you suddenly. Oh, good. Look, a medic! And you see Scarborough turn and start running off.
Scarborough, do I need to call you a bad name?
I think I hear something over here that involves me immediately relating to explosives. I need to deal with that right now. And Carrot rushes over to you. What? Clarion,
yes?
Have you seen the captain? Me from the future is here.
The captain went downstairs with Leife. Could you help me move Amos into the medical bay?
Oh, yeah. Wow. He's fucked up.
Yes, he needs attention. Very shortly. And that coward, Scarborough, will not help.
Oh, Scarborough's not a coward. He's someone that just doesn't handle blood well and passes out sometimes. All right, I'll help you. You see Carrot grab a hold of Amos's arm. Go ahead and roll strong, and Carrot will assist. Carrot gives you a +1.
Hey, good job, Carrot. I also would like Sheldon to help with his new jump jets.
All right, Sheldon just floats down and attaches to Amos's armor, and just between you and the assistance provided by Carrot, all of you are able to just kind of shrug him up. His feet still drag on the ground a little bit, but you're able to bring him inside of medical and place him upon a gurney there. And you notice that he has received some pretty severe and possibly fatal wounds all the way across his chest, in and under his armor, in various places. He's not in good shape.
Carrot, listen very carefully. I will need these things. Please get the suture. And then she starts asking for stuff to fix.
Grab that suture. Grab that.
In the top drawer of my desk on the right-hand side.
Give me a charming roll to see if you can get the information out to Carrot in a way that Carrot can understand. Nice. 14's not bad. Carrot happens to be rushing around the room rather quickly, and if one thing Carrot has, it's a very accurate, very agile self, body, whatever you want to call it, and he begins zipping around the room, just grabbing items quicker than probably should be done, but with the tail, with claws, with hands and teeth, Carrot comes back, just putting everything down around you in a hurried state. You see there's a little bit of panic on Carrot's face as he looks over to Amos. Come on, Amos. You're supposed to be the strong one.
He will be okay, Carrot.
Amos is like,
need to take care of him.
He's like
helping.
He's like a dad. I can't lose another dad. He can't go. He's gotta be all right.
I will try my best, Carrot, to make sure he is all right.
Okay.
You can help by giving him your caring attention.
All right. I'll try to be careful. You see, like, his hands begin shaking a little. So we'll come back to that scene in just a moment as you begin your surgeries, as you begin your efforts to fix Amos's more serious wounds. And we shoot over to Red Iron, who is still standing on an asteroid out in Vezimini with supplies that have been procured but have not been brought back to the ship. And as nobody's no longer driving said ship, it is currently stationary quite a distance away.
You know, I just want you to know something. This could have been a good quiet moment for me to reflect on some of my failings and experiences in the first arc of this campaign. But you've deprived me of that. You've deprived me of that too. It's in my defense, not my fault. That was definitely the chaos. That was the chaos effect. I can't control that one. I've got a pretty wonky sense of risk reward, and I honestly didn't even know that one was on the table. Yeah, okay. Fortunately, we do have a slight advantage. Oh, no. Fortunately, I have a slight advantage in that I have an unbelievable amount of meta knowledge right now. Currently, there's a huge problem on the ship, and it's not going to come and pick me up. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to have to try to get these supplies and myself back to the ship. Yep, that's okay. All right, well, clearly I'm not driving anymore. So, Ty, do those bees still work?
You believe that you could get them up and operational again. They're currently in standby mode.
All right, cool.
You still have your third arm. Well, no, you went out and grabbed third arm, so you're still holding on to that. But the tether is still attached to the extra floating section of Bezamini.
Yes, and the what we're trying to get over there is the ship armor plates and this new we got a new Atmo generator over here.
Yes.
How do we get both? I'm going to disconnect the Atmo generator safely and try to work it over to the plates.
Are you going to do that by hand, or are you going to try to engage the bees to help?
We'll engage the bees when it's time to engage the bees. That's pretty risky.
All right. So give me a brains roll as you attempt to disconnect the Atmo generator from the platform, and then just triangulate the direction you need to go that you don't smash it into something and damage it.
Really need you to realize how deeply uncomfortable this is for me right now. Going in and rolling my own brains. I know how to do this, but apparently...
Well, then make Benjamin do it.
I'm doing it. Red's just complaining.
That is a 12. Not terrible, but with a 12, there will be a minor amount of damage that is caused to the Atmo generator. Could be fixed.
Yeah, we'll take it.
All right. So you grab a hold of this thing, kind of wrench a piece of it apart. There's a little bit of a shearing metal spark, and you see a little bit of damage caused to it. You lift it up in the 0G and just kind of toss it gently towards the other platform, where it spins end over end and kind of bounces a little, and you see a dent appear on the outside of it.
Red Iron has a +1 from KM Steer.
Hey, look at that +1.
Thank you, KM Steer. Thank you, chat. Good to have supporters. Okay, I need you to know how uncomfortable this is for me, Red Iron. Jack and my brand here.
I mean, now he's just negging for supporters directly without having your involvement at all.
Don't think I didn't hear you sucking up to me in the introduction, Ty.
It's all right. I'm
You're
just
not
gonna
get through this just throwing Benjamin under the bus. You're complicit too. You wrote the book.
I am trying to at least be on a favorable term with you temporarily before I put you through more hell.
That's really messed up. You do recognize that.
I want you to go through Benjamin's brain and realize what GMs have to be.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Why would anyone do that?
Because they want to see their friends have fun and succeed. That's why.
But then... So how does that explain you?
Self-sacrifice. That's all I have to say.
Hey, I'm having fun.
All right. So next effort. You have one action remaining, Benjamin. So what are you going to do with Red Iron at the moment?
Let's kick on those bees. We need a ride.
So you are attempting to reactivate them, and what are you attempting to give them? They just target things, and then they return to the position that they're in. So
they just like go to places, and then they
usually attack or move things, but you'll have to program them to push an object rather than try to tear it apart, like you did with the little piece of station here from before.
Okay. Is the central like bee control console on that main meteor?
It is on 8, and you've got it currently looping into itself.
All right, we're gonna take our little wire and go back to 8.
All right. So you move back across the distance to the other station, the other section of station, bringing third arm halfway because it's as far as they can go, and keep you the wire extended, so it's still sitting out there in the void.
Oh, that's right. That circuit has to stay connected. All right. Well, we'll leave third arm.
It just floats out there in the distance and then complains to you, but of course Red Iron doesn't hear that because it doesn't think third arm is sentient. Anyway,
It's not that I don't think third arm is sentient. It's that I don't recognize third arm as separate from myself. Why would anyone talk to themselves?
All right. And now we move scenes. We see Leife and the captain heading below deck. He turns, comes around the corner, steps into the brig waiting room, turns to you, grabs you by the shoulders, throws you into the brig, and kicks the door shut. This is going to be your new home for a while, if Amos dies. I told you to settle this dispute like pirates, not like assassins, not like hot-headed children.
I did.
You didn't see how deep those cuts were? You didn't recognize that the only reason he was still standing is because he's 7.5 feet tall, brick shithouse?
I saw exactly that.
Oh, so you didn't care.
Didn't care. No. I love Amos.
Interesting way of showing it. Someone tries to, figure you out and deal with that whole... You could have harmed somebody more than... I mean, you already did harm somebody. You harmed 2 somebodies, Leife. You brought the house down on Bicky. And now, you put Amos in a wheelchair. What do you have to say for yourself?
Captain, I feel like I'm losing my mind.
That sounds about reasonable.
But if I don't follow the wind, I will lose myself.
I certainly saw you losing yourself up on the deck earlier. That's exactly what that was. How can you not identify that?
The wind flows in strange ways.
That's a cop-out statement. Something else is controlling my actions. That's what Red Iron's been saying, and we're all putting him inside of a box.
It's not controlling me, Captain.
So you're following the wind, and the wind told you, kill the security officer.
The wind's... It's not speaking to me.
Look,
It's just the path. It's what I'm taking, Captain.
you've always been a level-headed sort. You've always been someone I knew I could trust and that I could count on. That's why I made you my first mate. This is out of the ordinary for you. I don't understand it, and it frankly scares me, as both your captain and your friend.
I'll take some time to think on it.
You do that. Meditate. Figure yourself out. Figure out your head. Someone who is injuring the crew isn't going to stay long in those positions. There have been a lot of position mutinies, if you understand what I'm saying. If you don't hold on to some bit of respect and trust from your colleagues. And we've already got enough issues with trust on this ship. Red Iron under the control of alien AI intellects that they brought here to begin with. Carrot being Carrot. Our medical officer being kind of a sociopathic droid. Look,
Captain, I'll be here if you want to talk about something too.
yeah, maybe we'll have that chat later. For now, get some rest, meditate, figure out what is going on in your goddamn head, and we'll talk later. You see him put a candle next to the bars where you're currently locked up inside the brig, and then the captain just kind of turns and walks out. Complication for the players. Carrot will remember that. So, heading back out into the main hall, there is a slurping Nohu inside of the kitchen, and a bee standing there. Cutlass turns over, looks, and goes, "Oh no, we've got another... Wait, not you!"
You seem familiar, but the blinding pain inside of my mouth doesn't quite allow me to put you with a name.
That's why we need to get you to Clarion, Nohu. Come with me.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me.
No. That's right. That is such a ridiculous noise. You're the one that tore out the engine in my last ship. What are you doing here right now?
I don't know. Are you anywhere near, what was it? Stinky Feet? I think it was
Stinky
called.
feet. I don't know.
Oh, Stuckfoot. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Stuckfoot. Yeah. Is it like anywhere near that?
What planet is Stuckfoot on?
Starts with an M. Has a lot of swamps.
Myocetus.
Myocetus!
Oh yeah.
Weren't you going there, Captain?
Yeah, we're
For
heading there
Leife.
now. So you suddenly come here from Myocetus while we're heading there.
Huh.
I smell
That
some sort of
sucks.
meta subplot I'm not happy with.
Maybe
I
it's
was-
just good luck.
Well, I was trying to escape some ruins from some like giant robot shooting lasers at me. You know, typical adventuring stuff. And I think I exploded or teleported or vanished. And next thing I know, I'm bread in a stove.
Well, there was a robot situation here, too. We had some sort of alien artifact on board our ship. There was an explosion, and Finnegan disappeared. Crap. I need to find Red Iron and figure out how this might be related.
Can I stay?
I guess so. We don't have anywhere to put you, and I'm not just going to throw you into space.
Yay!
Can I get paid?
No! Well, I mean, you can if you do enough work. How's that?
Yeah! I'm going to do the most of work. I'm going to heal myself over at the nursery. Just you watch.
Nursery?
Come on,
Yeah.
Nohu, let's go.
Let's go!
I'm going to go find my mind. I seem to have lost it somewhere. You see the captain start moving up the staircase. All right, we move back to Clarion and Amos at the moment. Amos, this operation is about to begin, and as it does so, things will happen with you soon.
Uh-oh.
First things first. Clarion, you and Carrot are standing there inside the room. Carrot is very nervously shaking and obviously distraught over Papa Amos being quite injured, and turns to you. Okay, so what do we do next?
Well, Carrot, I would like you to remain calm. Do some count to 5 while breathing in, and then count to 5 while breathing out. Slowly.
1, 2,
No, Carrot.
3. What comes after 3?
Carrot, just breathe slowly, please.
Slowly. Okay, slowly. All right.
Okay.
Now what comes after 3?
4 and then 5.
4. That makes sense. I only have 4 fingers. 5.
Count with your tail.
Oh, I can count with my tail and my feet. And with my teeth? You see him like open his mouth a little bit and wiggle his teeth.
That is a fascinating ability. Clarion just pauses while suturing something and just looks up at Carrot and is like, wow, okay, didn't know kobolds could do that.
All right, so this situation that you're in is a 3-part operation. If you fail at any point, there will be consequences for Amos. Technically, Amos has entered what is called the dying state in Aether and Steamworks. This is the first. Other than people who have just straight up been dead, the dying state is a new one. It's also the name of one shot in the future at some point. Anyway, Amos needs to have first all of the blood loss situation dealt with, then needs to be patched up and needs to have nerve damage repaired as best as possible, and then needs to be set right back on the path of healing. So you'll be making 3 rolls. There's an ace provided to you by KM Steer, Clarion. To assist with this, you also have a +1 on your next roll. With the assistance Carrot is providing you, I will be rolling each time to see how Carrot does. Your brains will either be used primarily, or you're going to be using Carrot's rolls primarily. It's up to you to choose. Because you only have 1 arm, you are handicapped. You have to roll twice. If you take over first, if you're primary, you're going to have a negative ace on every roll. So you will have to roll twice and take the lower of the rolls if you're primary. Otherwise, you have to put this into Carrot's hands.
So I, as the player, want to put it into Carrot's hands, but I don't think Clarion would be inclined to do that.
Okay. And Clarion is going to try to do everything one-handed while Carrot tries to assist. That means you'll be making 2 rolls. Taking the lower. Of course, you can ace on a lower roll to make it higher. So, here we are. First roll is to stop the blood loss. If you fail in this, Amos could die. Or could be left with a bit of resilience issues and have their toughness reduced by 1 permanently.
And Annika also gave me a +1 as well.
Yep. So Carrot will
All
assist.
right.
I'm going to roll Carrot's assistance first. Carrot did provide you a +2 to this roll. You already have 2 other +2 or +1s from the audience. And I have a +1 on my next roll.
Carrot's roll?
Yes, I guess that's true. So that would actually have put that. Yeah, so it would just be a +2. There we go.
So +4 altogether on this first one.
Yes. So go ahead and roll twice for me.
Okay, well. There we go.
First roll is a 23. Not bad. Second roll is a 18. Not quite as good. 18 is the target number in order to staunch the blood flow. You're able to stop the hemorrhaging that Amos has over the course of 15-20 minutes. At this point, the captain tries coming into the room, opening up the door. Clarion, we gotta talk about some things.
Captain, I'm busy at the moment. You can either help or leave the room.
Oh, goodness. Carrot just looks over and goes, "Get out!" The captain goes, "We'll talk later." Turns and shuts the door.
Thank you, Captain.
You now are working on the nerve ends that have been severed and damaged that Amos has. The supplies you have on board the ship are starting to dwindle. After all of these continuous jobs fixing everyone, the fact that Vicky is resting nearby and you've already used up most of the fluids that you have, and nerve agents and whatnot, this right here could cause some nervous system response. So you are going. Give me 2 rolls, and we'll see how well you do. This one no longer has the +2 from the audience, however, but you still have the +2 from Carrot. No, Carrot has to roll to see what they do now. Second roll. Carrot gives you a +5 to this roll, incredibly necessarily wanting to help Amos as much as possible. There are more +1s rolling in from the audience. There is
Thank you, everybody.
2 more +1s to you, so you have a +7 right now. Oh, 30. Okay. So as you begin work on this, there is suddenly
I didn't roll twice.
Oh, I forgot. Good. Good on you for being a good player. Give us your second roll. 28. Not quite as good, but still good. Still good. So we'll save that for you. Interesting. McSherry, please keep an eye on our chat. Thank you. When it comes to Clarion, that roll there, the nerve damage has been fixed to a degree, but as you're working on this, there's a spasm that comes from Amos. Amos, energy washes out from you, mental energy. It happens to be something that you are able to do, but maybe on a grander scale than usual. Subconscious energy flows out, but it is not going to hit Clarion or Carrot directly. Clarion, you can roll brains to determine what just happened, but give me a target, Amos, on board the ship.
Number range?
1 through 4.
Lucky 3.
All right. Leife, sitting inside the cell down below, suddenly the room changes and shifts. And Amos, if you can tell us what he sees.
A Lesrin sitting in front of them. Pearled scales, segmented, accented actually, with a sort of earthy brown mark over the face, kind of like a Rorschach drawing. Sitting there, hands on their knees, eyeing Leife.
Leife enters the fire mind method.
Okay. You enter the method, and the vision starts to fade away. Okay. Okay, I'm Steered, thank you for all of the gift subs. We appreciate that. So the image starts to fade out. Clarion, you have recognized that Amos just broadcast images all over the ship, something that he was not in control of, but didn't seem to click with you. You see some minor vestiges of this image kind of wash across your mind. You always have kind of a hard time visualizing whenever Amos is sending imagery, but it's out there. I need to move that away. Hold on one second. I'm gonna move our alert box so it's not sitting directly on top of Strat's face. There we go.
Carrot, are you okay to continue? Did you see anything strange just now?
Yeah, I was somewhere else. I was a different kobold. I don't understand.
That was Amos using his psychic projection ability, involuntarily. It was an unexpected complication, but I think in future I may be able to devise something to help deal with that.
Oh, well, that would probably be good, because, I mean, I don't necessarily like seeing things that aren't there. I mean, I'm still concerned about a lot of the things that I saw earlier that weren't there, and then they turned out to be really bad stuff related to Sylvia, and oh no, is myself from the future coming back to kill something?
Yourself? We will have to talk about that later, Carrot. For now, please focus on the task at hand.
Maybe.
Think about Amos.
Maybe
and...
myself from the future had come to stop Amos from dying, but was a little too late, and now Leife's gotten away with it, and then the apocalypse is gonna happen.
Carrot. And Clarion causes her finger to spark a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Carrot, focus.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got work to do. Amos, I will help save you.
Good.
And the scene fades. We'll come back to your final roll when we return. This is going to take place over the course of an hour of very intensive surgery that you've been committing to. So we now shoot back out into the void. We'll come back to Nohu and B in just a moment, as we have Red out on that little island had landed there and was moving towards the scrap pile, as well as the atmospheric generator that was tossed over in this direction.
You know, I was just thinking maybe we should stay out here for a few hours. Just picking an arbitrary number that is meaningless. Perhaps 24 hours would be a suitable stopover time. Yeah, okay, I get it. No, to be perfectly frank with you, I think it's probably good that I'm not on the ship. I get the feeling that I would just be adding more issues. Yeah, but it'd be moving. I know, I'm trying to get there, but, you know, at least I'll have a distraction when we arrive. Plus, another tinkerer. That'll help with installing these components. I mean, the ship is functionally in dry dock right now anyway, so we should probably just slap them on before we leave. Yeah. Honest, I mean, my thing is I'm still trying to figure out how an atmospheric generator is going to help solve some of these issues. I don't think it is. Like, you ham-fist a lot of stuff with the tinkerer things. I don't think that's one's going to work. All right, cool. Anyway, speaking of ham-fisting tinkerer stuff, we need to, like, hack bees. Yeah, it's too bad, you know, Sylvia went away. This would have been way easier. Not my fault. That was 100% Ty. So, I'm going to attempt to locate the central bee control console and see if I can get into it and get some higher level of programming into these damn bees so that I can use them to move this stuff over to the ship.
All right. So you move over to the central console, the one that you have put the loop into. And how do you attempt to interface with this as you no longer have third arm?
What's the console look like?
At this moment, it is a bunch of wires and circuitry boards, small ones that are kind of sticking up out of the wreckage before you actually attach some of your own connectivity into it. Sylvia had upgraded you, if you remember in the past, to be able to merge with machinery better. And that...
Yeah, can't really merge right now. But we can do this old school style, you know, switchboard. Ultimately, we're dealing with, you know, programming. So there must be some sort of esoteric way to program this. What I would like to do is, rather than jump right into it, just take a little bit of time and figure out what sort of programming language these bees use with this very simple wiring system.
Okay. Give me a brains roll as you attempt to determine the specifics of the language used by these bees. It is a causal loop algorithm related to a bunch of toggleable on and off vacuum tube switches. When they are in certain configurations, it just reads it basically turns lights on inside of their head in a pattern. So it's a form of binary.
Ah, yes. They use a different form of binary. They have B's and Z's instead of ones and zeros.
So looking into that, you recognize that the rest of what actually programs this thing is below the surface a little ways. There's probably on this station below you an actual command console, rather than having to hack into it directly, that was attached to the station. This whole section is rather large, and if you found your way down there somehow, it would be easier to access.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're doing that.
So, this is a little way down through all of, well, the building. How do you intend on getting down? Do you want to take the more direct route of trying to cut your way through with something? Do you want to try to climb through, or do you want to go around the outside of the stone and try to find an entrance?
We're going to go around the outside of the stone and find an entrance.
Okay. So, looking at your HUD, your gauge that is listed on your headset on the safe tech, you believe you only have about 5 to 10 minutes of air left. You'll want to grab some more of that first.
Yeah, Red's going to just open up one of the lockers and just swap out the safe tech.
All right, so you walk over to that one, hold your breath for a second, just put the other one on, turn it back on, the gauge just fills back up, and you begin walking towards the edge of the void, and on your next section, we'll see when you can get in there.
And before we change scenes, chat, I saw the entire question. Honestly, seeing everything through Benjamin's eyes is a living hell, but thank you for asking.
All right, so now we move back to the scene with Nohu and B. Nohu, as you're sitting there, moving with B towards this individual Clarion or whatever, your tail keeps tapping on your shoulder and trying to get your attention.
So I'm sitting there, but moving as well.
Well, you're not sitting. You're moving. I'm sorry. That was a poor.
What sort of trickery is this? Oh, my body is moving on its own.
Magic.
Butt on the floor, just like you're driving a vehicle that's invisible. No.
Oh,
So you
well, then I can picture that. Yes, I'm doing exactly that.
So you were heading to Clarion's office or whatever, and your tail keeps tapping.
Nursery, where the nursing goes to happen. Oh, goodness gracious.
Have they been listening?
Difficult?
So, there is no nursery here. It's in Clarion's medical office. That's where the hatchery was. Because that's where you had the last egg incubated.
That's also true.
What was that?
What egg? I don't know anything about any eggs.
So your little tail smacks against you a few times, and it just seems to give up after a little while.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. Maybe it's because I need to grapple onto something.
So you launch your tail up, and it grapples onto the ceiling. You see a black piece of metal hit the ground, and then begin crawling away into the ship.
Oh no!
Huh, that's odd. That's never happened before.
That's terrible. We have to catch it right now.
Zep there at your side B goes, "That's Syl technology again."
It's Sylvia, or one of her friends. We have to stop it.
Oh, all right. Well, here I go, and I'll try to throw my net catcher on it.
Give me an attack with your net catcher.
Netcaster. That is a netcaster. Right. What is that? A range attack, I believe?
Ranged attack, yes, with your PDO. Nice shot. Let's see if it gets away.
Oh, I have a wound? From what?
In your face.
Oh, yes.
You fire with an 18, and you miss. As it just zips by, goes into a crevice in the wall, and then just climbs into the wall of the ship.
Zap, help!
Fine.
You see lightning being arcing around your hand again, B, and he seems to be trying to get you to point it towards that wall.
Totally pointing it.
Give me a magical roll as you attempt to attack and destroy whatever this is that has climbed into the wall. Nat 20!
I think the dice are happy I'm back.
Two choices, B. Do you find that you're able to channel lightning better, increasing the damage dice for all lightning damage by 1? Meaning that if you have a d6, it becomes a d8, becomes a d10, becomes a d12. Or do you destroy all vestiges of this Syl that is trying to find its way into your ship right now?
Damn it, Ty, I didn't miss this. I'm going to go with number 2.
The responsible
I want to get rid of it. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So, one moment, please. You destroy all of...
Bee's feeling guilty still. I mean, she doesn't know about the new Amos pain, but the old Amos pain was her fault.
The blast of lightning smashes into the hull, creating a rather sizable fist-sized chunk that just kind of blasts out into the void. And you believe it's gone. Zep confirms that.
You got it. Good shot, B.
So is there like a hole left in after the
you can see the void outside, but since your atmospheric generator is currently large enough to extend to the edge of the ship, it's not currently trying to draw you out of it. But there's definitely a hole in the ship, and I'm certain Red Iron will not be happy to hear more damage to the grandfather, unfortunately.
Don't worry, I know how to fix it. I'll try to find like some big box or like a flower pot. I just like move it and right on top of the hole. Yeah,
perfect.
That's perfect.
You just move it over top of the hole. Covered.
Oh, I place a note that says "Do not move."
All right, and from there, the two of you head over towards medical. I'm assuming.
Exactly.
All
Come
right.
on, Nohu. Let's get you patched up.
Yeah.
The two of them move up the hallway, start heading up the ladder that leads into Medbay, and we switch back over to Leife sitting inside the cell by himself with his thoughts. Still mind, capable of burning out the weird hallucinations that seem to be emanating off of Amos at the moment. What is it that you're thinking about right now?
Right now, he's trying to empty his mind.
How hard is that?
He's had a hard time of it for not for a long time, for a short amount of time right now. So he's trying to find if anything's trying to connect to him, because he's had a pretty big nightmare of things connecting to his mind lately. After that Ithilid thing.
You don't want anything inside your head? Why not? This show is all about that.
So essentially, when a figment entered into his head, he instantly snapped it out, and he's just been doing that the whole time, trying to get everything out.
So you believe that you have pushed aside everything, envisioning a fire in the mind, like a curtain burning away, and with nothing but the darkness of quiet on the other side. After a moment, you hear someone clear their throat. Excuse me.
He's not gonna open his eyes. Are you in my head? Or outside?
Not exactly. I am beyond yourself.
All right. He continues the fire mind method.
Okay. You just sit there and wait. This individual, whoever they are, seems to wait patiently as well for you to finish. And we swap scenes again, moving back over to Amos and Clarion. As you are inside of the room, Amos, energy's washed out from you again. This time, give me another D4 roll.
You're muted.
One
Jack.
thing, I don't know why. 1.
1. B. Suddenly, as you're climbing the stairs, the whole room changes. You're in a different place. Amos, what is Beatrix seeing right now?
The walls change to something a bit more industrial, like a science vessel. There's blood and some sort of black liquid, and there's this kid just standing there, twitching at the end of the hall, gripping their arm. You hear noises behind you of soldiers, muted, mellow. You swear you know the person.
We need to get to Amos right now.
Figure twitches and sort of approaches. You get a bad feeling as it gets closer.
This isn't here. Nohu, do you see? Where are you, Nohu? Nohu?
A name pops into your head. Trevor.
Trevor, what happened to you?
Well, it recognizes its name, and then an Athalium warped child bolts after you screaming as the air pops and flashes with gunfire. You see more of them beyond with every muzzle flash. It's like a horrendous picture getting closer and closer.
B prepares Windblade.
They keep charging.
All right.
As you raise your hand to use powers, the wind blade starts to go off from this vision that seems to be clouding your mind. And Nohu, where you're climbing up behind B, she stops on the ladder and then starts looking around her. And you see this arcing blade of wind begin spinning around one arm as she proceeds to aim it towards the wall nearby.
What happens to the wall?
Well, she hasn't attacked yet. Do you want to try to do anything to assist or stop her?
No, I don't think so. Well, this may be like a custom from her in this ship. Maybe you just break walls all around. I don't know.
I mean, she did break one just a minute ago.
I
B,
mean, maybe it's just what B does.
you launched the energy off B. Give me a damage roll. Wow, 12 points. So the Archimedes takes another serious blow to the side of the hull as 12 more damage happens.
Oh wow,
Matt.
that's so amazing. That was really cool. What's like some air and like whoosh, but oh man, the wall doesn't look like too good again. And oh, don't worry, me. Look, there's a carpet over here. I'll drag a carpet and place it over the wall, and I just like nail it down. Yeah.
So you try to move out of the way, and at that moment, B falls off the ladder, smacking into the ground, and just looks up a little bit stunned. Oof.
That didn't feel so good. No, who you're back.
Yeah, I was on your back. Sorry, a lot of people can't see behind their back. It's a trick. I know. Don't tell
I mean,
many people.
That's true. Well, anyway, we should get you to Clarion. Oh, my head hurts. What
Yeah.
happened?
You took a bit of a fall on the stairs while I'm putting on this carpet on the wall. You know,
It
covering
looks
up the.
pretty there. I
damage.
like it.
I know, right? That's what I found it, and I was like, it's really good that you did that to the wall because now I can put that carpet on top of it, and makes the room tidy together.
I did what to the wall?
The whole. Whoosh.
Oh.
You look over and see the hole that has been blasted in the wall nearby.
Which I'm covering with the carpet, please.
Don't tell Red Iron. Come on, let's go.
Sure.
All right, the two of you begin heading back up the ladder. And now, Clarion, we are back to you for the final roll. This one right here is something that will make sure that that Amos still has control of all of his limbs. So, give us your brains roll.
Does Carrot is still helping?
Carrot is still helping. Carrot rolls and gives you a +5 again. But two successive rolls such as this, I'm going to say that Carrot finds that they have an aptitude towards medical assistance and will gain bonuses in the future.
That's so touching. I love that for Carrot. And then I think I saw one additional +1 come in at the end of the quest.
You've gotten another +1 at the end, and Annika has just given you another one.
All right, so another +7.
Oh, that's bad. It's an 18.
Okay.
And a 15.
I think I need to use that ace.
Okay, use an ace. You can reroll the 15.
Okay.
There's another ace that came from Annika. That does put you at a maximum of 18 because of the two rolls.
Didn't add the +7 to that.
Oh, well, that's still... It's higher than your first roll was, but you still take the lower of the two rolls. So
okay, so can I do another one?
You could ace the 18, yeah. You could try redoing that one. That also has a +7. So you got a 28 right now on the big roll, and a 28 on the other one too, evened. And you do believe that Amos will be all right. He will need some time to rest. Maybe a day or two, maybe a little more, depending on how fast he regenerates. You know that Lesren are very capable of rapid regeneration unless something gets in the way. He should be back on his feet soon. With that revelation, we will now fade to black as tonight's episode is on our break. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Appreciate each and every one of you out there that has been watching, and hope you've been enjoying yourselves. So we are aware it'll be about 10 minutes, and
Amos also got to cure heavy wounds.
Over the course of the break, I will be entertaining you with a dramatic reading of The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. Please stay tuned.
I mean, I would listen
God,
to that.
I wish.
I would totally, yeah.
I do want to let our audience know that there is a potential for something happening on the channel, and if it does, we will be going to sub-only chat temporarily while it does. But in the meantime, see you all soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sparrows. Hey, did you have a good break? How you doing? Hopefully, the answer is yes, and the answer is well. We here are about to engage upon some more events with this wonderful crew. So, the first thing that we see, of course, beyond when B destroyed another section of the ship and it was just hidden away, and then some clever climbing happened and some surgeries were done, is Red Iron crawling around the edge of this stone, hoping not to drift off into the void, to the deep embrace of death, and trying to find a hole within which to scurry and head towards the control room. So give me an aware roll, Red. I know that you're so good at those.
Yeah, I'm bad at those. Can I use Benjamin's aware? He's
No.
also bad at it, but not quite as much.
You can't use Benjamin's aware. I'm sorry. There's no way for me to quantify that, because here in this world, we find that to be rude.
All right, well, my next line is going to be the word ace, just so you know.
Oh, 8. I'm assuming you're going to use that next line.
Ace!
All right. And, oh, better. 11. With an 11, you will take a small amount of time to figure this out. So you're crawling around a little bit, kind of having to look at it, getting sidetracked by the voices that you're hearing from the machinery all around. That is a mixture, cacophony, a chorus of both anguish and lament. And you just continue moving about the outside of it. We'll return to you shortly to get inside of this machine. Although you did just get an ace from Sanctum Cosplays if you wish to use it.
Thank you, Sanctum Cosplays, for the ace, Brofist. No, we'll pocket that one.
All right, saved, PewDiePie. And we move along to the cell once more. Having been there for some time, you hear that little throat clearing. I'm sorry to be a bother, but can we have that conversation now? You seem to have been meditating for some time.
Certainly. I'm not going to ask how you're able to stay in my mind. I won't understand. But, why?
Fool, open your eyes. I am not in your mind. I'm standing outside of your cell.
Oh, okay.
You open your eyes and look out beyond, and you see an individual just seated there. An elf, a face you have not seen in quite some time, as he's just leaning up against the wall, bearing a dark purple scar from one side of his mouth to the other side of his eye. You see someone you remember as a magistrate in the Taiel monarchy a long time ago. Someone who helped you escape to Myocenas back when you were a wee lad. You think his name's Carver?
You show up and go away at strange times.
You know, a wizard is exactly where he's meant to be at whatever time he's meant to be there. So, I know that you're sitting at an impasse. You're trying to decide who you are and what you seek to achieve at this moment in time. I'm here just to help you along with that. You see, a lot rests on your shoulders, and barring that, on your sisters.
That's true. So, why are you here to help me along?
Because your father is an asshole.
Is?
Yes. You don't think that those dreams of youth that you've had, those moments of quiet understanding that there's something a little grander about who you are, have been falsehoods, have you? Your father is King Kalen Aranea.
Yeah, I had surmised that.
Now you also have to surmise that elves do not abscond from power. It has to be taken, and you are the scion we need desperately to save our people.
Why?
Well, it has to be you. Or your sister.
Find her.
Easier said than done. She's protected by some foolish, doddering old time wizard. You, on the other hand, are easier to access. So I just have to ask, why? When destiny calls, do you run and hide? You already know that you can find the stones. You have a fragment of the crown. And yes, even if it's just in your piratish nature to take these things for monetary gain, collect them then. Collect these trinkets and baubles. I will pay you for it. Does that help?
That's a start.
Good, then we're getting somewhere. Youth. Wisdom is wasted upon it.
I was always told I was more courageous than wise.
Yes, that is what they tell certain types of individuals. So, you were headed to Myocenas, yes?
Yeah, that's where the wind's taking us.
Mm-hmm. And when you arrive there, you intend to find this object. There is someone aboard your ship right now who knows where the next Ioun stone is located exactly, but you're going to have to deal with an old friend.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, that machine that you all did whatever ungodly things with seems to have imprinted upon that. It has taken that personality since it was reconnected and has now expanded upon it and is now very angry at you and your crew, and especially that Ishlud.
Understandable. We've done horrible things to Sylvia, but she did horrible things to us.
I mean, turnabout's fair play. I understand, you make a lot of enemies here and there when you're cracking eggs, but it's just an impassable object without caution.
But she's on the ship.
No, she was removed from the ship, and
Oh, fantastic.
all remnants seem to be gone at the moment. That isn't necessarily going to remain the same if the timeline continues as intended. However, she will definitely prove to be a bit of a threat as you attempt to gather the next stone.
Now, I said I wouldn't ask how, but it's a dreadful question right now, and it's been bothering me. How do you know this?
How do I know? Dear child, I'm the one that's orchestrating the events of your direction, your wind. Now I can either have an unwitting lackey that I have to manipulate, which is so much of a boring thing to have to do and requires far more effort than just getting you to recognize what it is that you are, what you are capable of, and how many people need you. Things like that Sylvia are about to become far more common unless you find a way to resolve this conflict. You see, your father does not agree with the steps that I have required to take in order to remove the sill in its entirety from within the Aether sphere. It is here, yes, I have brought it, but that is so that we could strike a felling blow against one of their queens. But the remainder that's still here, the ones that you and the other Sparrows have been collecting for some time and are destroying for me, need to hasten things along. This interruption, this unthinkable act, this minuscule, all I can say is very tiny percentile chance that this red iron would try to befriend this thing I mean, what are the odds, really, that it came out the way that it did? However, we can still right this wrong. We can still protect those inside. And I know that you are someone who pretends to go with the flow, but I know that you're also a more directed and passionate individual than that. I also know what happened to your brother in arms, and I can show you where to find out. But I must tell you, you may not like the story.
I see. What's the payment for all the stones?
Bring me all the stones, and I will give you your own fleet of ships if you wish. Or enough wealth that you can retire in peace for the rest of your immortal life.
Those are good deals.
Agreed upon it. He reaches his hand through the bars.
Nah.
Of course not. Then I will be seeing you at some point in the future, I am sure. And you uphold your portion of the bargain, and I will uphold mine. It has been nice seeing you again, Leife. I certainly hope you are well in the future. He bows his head to you for a second.
See you later, Uncle.
And then he just flashes out of existence. Scene fades as we move back to Nohu and B, who have finally burst in the door in the middle of this engagement that is happening and in the middle of surgery. You were just finishing up a little bit of things here and there, but you know that you cannot be interrupted. You have about an hour's worth of work, and you're only about 20 minutes through it at this point. So what do you say to the two of them? Clarion?
Oh God, I am so sorry.
It's okay. So Nohu and B have burst into the room while you're still in the middle of operation.
Wow, it only took us 20 minutes to arrive here. How odd! It feels like it's been like 2 hours. How big is the ship?
I mean, it's not usually this big, but yeah, it does kind of
Both of
take
you,
time.
quiet, please.
Is that
What I am doing requires focus.
Amos? Oh no. No, 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 no.
Hey, pass me. You helping out there?
Did I not say quiet?
Yeah, this is my quiet voice. Can you tell the
Both of
difference
you
between my
out.
quiet voice and my loud voice?
Clarion takes one look at the two of them. I assume you wanted something from me.
You do see a rather large, jagged hole in the side of the face of this new kobold that is leaking fluids upon your floor.
I see. Beatrix, you know where the bandages and syringes of painkiller are. Please take one of each and leave this room.
Oh,
I will
What
call
about the
you when
lollipops?
available.
will Amos be okay, Clarion?
Prognosis is looking good. I
That's
cannot
good.
guarantee anything, however.
What happened?
There was a duel with Leife. Now, please.
B will grab a syringe of painkiller and bandages and Nohu's hand and drag him out of the room, and we are going to go looking for Leife.
Right. As the two of you stumble out of the room, head back into the ship. Nohu, you are walking behind her, and suddenly your mouth begins to feel warm and tingly as healing magics float over you, giving you a 2d6 plus 1 health return from the audience. Looks like you've gained
boy.
back 5 health plus 1, so 6 health.
6 health.
Yes. The wound isn't gone, but you do have the injuries that are sustained in it starting to fade away. It just feels stiff and awkward, a little bit tougher than it probably should.
So it's like a clear hole between the outside and you can see the
Yes, you
inside of my mouth.
You can see the edge of your tongue and your teeth anytime you're like just having your mouth closed even.
Oh, all right. Did you see my tongue like moving around through the hall,
Like
like
stick your tongue
licking
out
at
the hole of the side of the mouth.
yeah, like licking at the wound all around it, like trying to test it out, see how fresh or sensitive it is, and then be like, oh, you know what? It's starting to heal by itself. Either that or
Oh,
is necrosis is setting in around the mouth.
well, let me look. You have super healing. Wow.
I'm a great adventurer. Gotta be tough. Gotta know how to deal with roll with the punches, as they say.
That makes sense. After we talk to Leife, I want to hear all about your adventures. I bet you have great stories.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it.
Yay!
All right. Two of you move back down below, and looking around, you're not sure where Leife is.
By the way, what is a Leife?
Oh, he's my friend. You saw what I did with the wind? He can do it too. Well, kind of. He doesn't really do it. He helps me direct it though, and it's really cool.
Directed like he tells you, like a direction, as I to the left, to the right.
Like I throw it and then he makes it go in a different direction. It's like I said, it's really cool. We've only done it once and we've never actually done it in combat, so maybe we should practice some more though.
Oh no, that's the perfect amount of practice. You have to then come up with a cool name about it. A combination attack. That's how you really surprise the enemy.
Yeah, that's what we were working on. We were trying to figure out the best combination name. Oh, you could help know who. You're so smart.
Of course I can. It's a wind blade, and he moves it around.
Mm-hmm.
You're Beatrix, and he's Leife.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, wind cutter.
Ooh, I like that.
Wind cutter. As the two of you continue looking around down below, we now move scenes back over. Actually, Amos, it's been a while since we heard from you. As you are finally starting to be healed up and things are starting to feel a little bit better, we now find you inside of one of your own dreams or nightmares or what have you. Where is Amos? What are you doing in your mind?
Amos, in their mind, picking up from where B was, is currently behind a door as thorny vines or some sort of, it's a thallium, but it's ramped up to 12. There's spiky tendrils and there's black goo just pushing itself through the bulkhead as Amos and 3 other soldiers are trying to close the door, trying to stop whatever the hell this is. They have been severely routed by this attack.
You hear sounds of screaming. You hear people shouting out, Amos, we can't hold it back forever. You hear individuals calling for aid in the distance.
Amos just tells people to grab the injured and run. And just keeps pushing against the door.
Everybody else turns and starts trying to flee away a little bit. And the door pushing back against Amos eventually starts to creak open a little bit more, a little bit more.
Amos primes a grenade.
Mm-hmm.
And just as it's about lost, just as everyone's clear, they wake up.
Amos's eyes snap open. So that'll be at the end of this hour. This is a long hour, y'all. We move over to Red Iron at this point, and you finally have found the vestiges of a hallway. It used to run through this area, bent pieces of metal and fragments kind of twisted around it. And you can see that there is a small door inside of there. Obviously one meant for the indoors, not for void exposure. It's kind of bent and crushed into the frame. So as you pull yourself into this hallway and you head to this door, what do you do? It does seem to be wedged in a little bit.
I'm gonna listen for the voice because the console must be activated.
You get
Right? It
close
must
to
still be active if I'm gonna use it, so I'm gonna listen and try to find it.
You put your head up against the door itself, and give me an aware roll. Not bad. You can hear the humming sound of a machine on the other side of the door. It seems to be singing a tune, a little off key, but still there.
All right, in we go.
The door is wedged shut. What approach would you like to use to try to get through this? What stat are you going to try to base this off of?
Oh, let's rip the stupid thing off.
Give me a strong roll. You reach in, you grab and pull with all your might, and it is wedged in too well.
If I cut the circuit, that third arm is keeping intact. How long do I have before the bees kill me?
That's a good question. Roll brains to try to calculate that equation.
Not the bees.
19. Well, based on the speed with which you saw them actually exit their pods before and travel over, about 15 to 20 seconds.
Oh, those odds are unacceptable. That's not going to work. That's god awful. Ooh. Wait, I've got a tinker kit.
You do.
Can I, with a series of chat, shut up. You're being rude right now.
Have you tried asking Benjamin to open it?
With like the crowbars and the other things that I have in there, can I just set myself up a little wedge situation and just like, with physics, get the damn thing open?
Lever action. Lever action. Give me a brains roll, and we'll determine if we can set this
that's
up.
the result we needed.
Oh,
That could have been better.
there is a +1 given to you by Annika. That makes that an 11. However, as you start to pull this, I will give you a choice, because I like giving people choices. Do you find that you can open the door, but that it is under a great deal of pressure, as not all of the atmosphere has left that section of the station, causing it to explode outward very rapidly? Or does your lever just crack part of the door and it just wedges further into the gap? There's an ace.
Wait, did I roll a 1 there?
Provided by Annika. No, I'm giving you a fail forward option. Either nothing happens or you break the door open, but you have an explosive decompression occur at the same time.
Well, we know that the one thing we hate most on this show is explosive decompression. That's been brought up
Anyway,
several
got
times.
An ace from Annika.
I'm gonna take that ace.
There's
That's
another
what we're
+1 to your next roll from Sanctum, so that is a critical failure.
All right, I'm gonna use the other ace that I got.
Okay. You are so far
Good
away from the rest of the
Lord.
crew.
It's non-stop.
13, so that'll give you a 14 with your +1s. That'll be a 15 with your +1s. I'll give it to you. You're one shy, but I'll give it to you this time. So you are able to just narrowly open this, and as it snaps open and the door kind of comes off its hinges, the lever you were using bends. And you have to toss it aside. It counts as 1 low-grade scrap. Congratulations.
The staggering consequence. I will never recover from this.
So inside of the room, you do happen to see a series of blinking lights. There happens to be things in there that control various doors that obviously are having like red glowing gas lamps coming on and off near them. I don't think they're going to affect the doors on the station anymore. You have something that changes the atmospheric pressure and temperature, which isn't attached to an engine, and you do have security there.
Good morning, Bezamini. Let's have a conversation.
I am up 5.
See, here's the thing. Ty, of course, that's just nonsense. But when I hear it, it actually makes sense to me. That's what you're missing out on, Benjamin. Why am I getting roasted for like 2.5 hours straight by my own character? Yeah, okay, let's just do the hack, my dude.
All right, so you move over and give me another brains roll at this point, since either that or an aware roll of your choice. If you use aware, you might find an easier solution because this thing is kind of designed in a way so that's idiot proof, or you can use your brains just to figure out how to hack the actual box.
We'll do brains. I'm not trusting aware anymore, especially
Okay.
when I have 0 aces.
All right, so in Aether and Steamworks, depending on which stat you choose to use, what your approach is, the roll target can be different and the outcomes can be different on what happens if it goes bad or what happens if it goes really well. So go ahead and give us a brains roll, and we'll see what you're able to determine. Here with this
Question:
box.
Is the difference in challenge an 8-point swing?
It's not an 8-point swing, no.
Okay, we'll take brains.
Whew, that was almost a 2. With a
I saw
23,
that.
you pop the lid off of this little container because you couldn't read the language that was listed on the front. And as it springs open, you just begin rewiring a few of these things, pressing a few buttons, and you now have access to the security systems and the bees that are associated with it. What do you have them do?
I'm going to have the bees, all of them, anything the station can access, carry the Atmo mod and the armor plating back to Grandfather.
All right, so you set them to courier mode, and they proceed to start moving towards the pieces you have designated as cargo, and you see them all, we see them all, start flying away from their respective positions, grabbing these handfuls of scrap, and this armada of bees begins flying towards the Archimedes. On the deck of the
Fabulous.
Archimedes, we see the captain standing there, his head in his hands, holding onto the steering wheel, and just kind of waiting for whatever crazy nonsense is about to happen. Hey, Doyle, thank you for the gifted subs. We appreciate that. Hearts all around. And we see Scarborough nearby. And Scarborough goes, "All right, Captain. We may have a problem, and I have the solutions." And he's like, "What is it now?" "There appears to be a horde of bees coming at us, Captain." Of course there is. I'm assuming Red Iron probably triggered some sort of thing, and now it sees us as a threat. That's what my guess would be, so can I start shooting? Sure. Then you see him walk over to the cannons and aim it in that direction.
Hold on! Ugh, overload! Lesbrin shout! Don't do it!
Because you have meta information, that's the only reason I will allow you to attempt to chaos affect your own mental telepathy lizard capabilities. This will require 2 applications. Roll me a magical. Get higher than a 10.
Oh, that puts me down to 1 freaking hit point.
Poor Red Iron is melting on the station by himself, doing the only real job here. Oh, you got a 10. That isn't above a 10.
No!
Do you have anything else you can use, Red Iron? Are you about to mess with your own mind again? Can he take Benjamin's hit points? All right, Annika did give you an ace to reroll on this.
It's still got to be like
11 or
man.
higher.
Here we go.
All you need is an 11 or higher. That is
That's
a 9!
actually worse. I'm gonna argue compassion here. Red's just
What?
trying to help.
Trying to help what? Give me a good reason
The
that
ship.
this is
I'm just trying to do my job for once and help. The
You are
ship.
trying to assist Archimedes, one of your best friends. I get it, Red Iron. Sure, that will count as
This is gonna be a 7. Here we go.
Here we go. And 14.
Oh, Christmas, thank you.
You have reached a high enough rating that your mind broadcasts a signal. What do you say to the captain and Scarborough on the deck and that everybody else on the ship hears?
Don't shoot, they're under control.
Suddenly, everybody aboard the ship hears, "Don't shoot, they're under control," washing through their mind. The
That
captain...
seems normal.
The captain takes a moment, and Scarborough, it goes to fire anyway, and suddenly the captain goes, No, hold on, that was Red Iron. I think he's saying those are his, and we shouldn't shoot them. They're just bringing scrap. Scarborough, what's wrong with your eyes? They're bees. They were coming. They got stingers. We're in deep space. We're covered in slime from a whole bunch of alien leech baby things. Amos is bleeding to death. We have some sort of weird red thing in the kitchen. Vicky's unconscious. You tell me why I'm a little bit trigger happy.
That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, the captain says so. And he just goes,
Good God.
So just hold off, all right? I think we'll just wait. And if they start stinging, then you can start shooting and you can be captain. I don't want that. I don't like this crew enough for that. That's too much responsibility. That's a problem. I did not mean that. That's okay. It was just don't shoot him right now, okay? All right. We go below deck, where we see Leife sitting inside of his room. Suddenly you hear Red Iron's voice flood through your mind. And then a little red kobold busts in the room with Bee very quickly on her heels.
It's a good thing I would have shot with my gun.
The captain didn't take away your weapons, no.
I think I gave my gun to somebody.
Did you?
Maybe, I don't know. The gun doesn't matter. I can't shoot it.
It's true.
Oh, hey, B. When'd you get keys to the cell?
Leife, what are you doing in the cell?
Actually, if you remember, Red Iron melted the door lock.
It will totally open.
It just opens and it doesn't lock.
Of course.
Nobody's fixed that.
I mean, it was only a couple hours ago. Come on.
There's a lot's happened since then.
I like to pretend that it's closed, so I have this air of security.
I completely understand that. We live in crazy times. Sometimes you just need that hint of sanity.
I actually forgot that it was like that. I just had this sort of situation where I was in a cell and I couldn't do anything about a certain... Oh, it doesn't matter. My uncle came to visit, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" And I knew he knew that I was in a cell, so I couldn't do anything about him being here.
I didn't even know you had an uncle.
Yeah, he's not really blood related, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, I know about uncles like that.
Yeah, bad ones. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not great. Have you met my new friend Nohu?
I have not.
He's an adventurer.
Did Radish get a new name?
No, I think Radish is gone.
Okay, I don't understand.
Do you say something, Nohu?
So there I was, both elbows deep into the thickest milk you had ever seen before your eyes. And I knew right that instant that was the... Wait, where are we? Oh, hi there.
Zep says he smells like the stone, so, there's that.
Oh.
What?
You must be what he was talking about.
A lot of people talk about me.
I must look terrible right now. He offers a hand out to shake.
Oh, don't worry. You don't have a hole through your mouth, so we're all the same. Shake, 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 shake.
No, as you shake his hand, you see on a little necklace that he's kind of carrying on himself, the gemstone that you had in your mouth earlier.
That big or a smaller one?
It's the same size.
Huh. That's weird. I thought that the gem exploded in my mouth. Did you pick it up or something? Or is that a different one?
Oh, Perfect. You know, I thought I'd be in here and everybody would. Anyways, you knew about this stone. Fantastic. This is amazing. Do you have the other one? I just heard that you knew something about it. By the way, this is a different one. Yeah, yes,
Oh, I think I swallow it.
probably. Or it's like a future
explode it.
one. I'm uncertain.
I told him, like, with Carrot, we can just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I ate it, I think I ate the past one. If my past self is in here, then that means I probably in the past. So I don't know how that's going to work with waiting, maybe a little longer.
So you're like a future traveler?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's just common amongst me and my group. There's a lot of crack going on, and when you take a lot of crack, sometimes you go to the future.
He came
That
from
is cool.
Myosinus. Maybe in the future? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I can go there, colonize the planet, make stinky food finally in the place of stuck food, and welcome everyone once they reappear.
You're at Stuckfoot? That's sick. Wait, what is it like in the future or the past?
Oh, it's really humid and made out of wood with giant insects. And I think the Empire came at a moment to blow us up, but I don't know. Like my eyes started to hurt, and when I scratched them, I was going on adventures once again. So I think that worked out itself.
Wait, what year did you come from?
The year of my 16th adventure.
I don't know what that means. That sounds great, though.
He's going to tell us all the stories, Leife. I'm so excited.
So you came to bring him to me, to meet me?
Yeah.
Leife told me I was hiring here so I could work and be paid depending on how much work I did. And so yeah, I'm meeting everyone. I'm probably tending to this wound right here before it infects.
We went to Clarion and Leife, I saw Amos. What happened?
We got in a fight.
About what?
I think it was different for both sides, what it was about.
Is it done now?
Maybe. I think so, but probably not.
Well, as long as it's done for now, come on out. Let's go talk to the captain about maybe going to Myosinus.
B, I'm not gonna leave this cell.
Oh.
Captain gave an order.
Okay, that makes sense. We have to follow Captain Cutlass's orders. I'll go talk to him.
Certainly. Oh, and your sword.
Yeah.
Here.
Thanks.
Hands you back.
Oh, we should have Nohu wave it and see if he looks cool.
Yeah.
Well, I will look cool. Please don't sell me so short. But I can make it even cooler. I have a bit of a knack with making things the coolerest. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink. And saying wink, wink.
I mean, the sword is pretty cool on its own, but I do have a gun that could be cooler.
Is it rocket propel cool? I don't see many rockets in there.
I mean, not yet, but it could be. And B will draw out her pistol and hand it over to Nohu.
You got it! Oh, by the way, if you're staying here, this jail doesn't really work that well. The door is like squeaking a lot and doesn't close. Do you want me to close it up for you? Start with the right foot on this new job.
Oh, yeah. First job. Fix this cell so I can't get out.
All right, I'm going to go get some acids and some things. I'm kind of naked right now, so yeah.
Snow walks from the room and starts grabbing some supplies and starts heading back to fix the door.
Indeed.
All right.
B.
Yeah, Leife?
I just realized there's a little bit something about Carver.
Did you say Carver?
Yeah. He can show up in certain places at certain times. I didn't know that. I thought he always rode ships to places.
I thought so too. The Admiral is not going to be happy when he hears about this.
Yeah, no. I didn't think so. But be wary.
Good to know. I'll warn the captain too. Leife? Be safe. And if you need me, let me know.
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm safe as anything. Look at me in my cell.
I mean, that's a good point. Never
I've got
mind,
metal
you're fine.
bars between me and all of the outside world, all of the crazies. I mean, you. I mean, wait a second.
Wait, what?
So as you step
I'll
away,
bring you some later.
as you step away from Leife, Zep is just kind of waiting there on the outside.
So, he was visited by someone here on the ship.
That's what he said, Sep. Someone that he called his uncle. And then he talked about Carver, and I'm hoping they're not the same person.
I had felt something temporarily. It felt more like maybe one of my kind, but I wasn't certain. If that individual is able to travel wherever they wish, it takes a great deal of energy. Must have thought it was important.
He must have. That's kind of scary, Zep. Maybe we need to juice you up some more.
That would be wise. To be able to protect you from someone like that is going to require a lot of defensive measures.
Then I guess we really do have to go to Myocenas and find that other jewel.
Once we have our hands on the other stone, I can become stronger yet.
I like that idea.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go convince the captain.
Excellent.
And we see B moving away, Nohu moving back and forth grabbing supplies. We see the bees gather and toss all of this scrap onto the ship before flying back to their respective posts on the whatever's left of Bezamini. Red Iron, what are you doing at the moment?
Red Iron is going to get back into Atmo, and then like Thor recalling the hammer is just gonna have the third arm like blast its way back over.
Flies its way back to you and then just reattaches.
And then Red's just gonna fly back to the ship, grab the any leftover safe tech on Section 8, and then off we go.
All right. So you land back on the deck of the ship, and the captain there, Scarborough, comes to you as you land. Excellent job. Glad to see someone was able to actually get something done. There was some crazy stuff that happened here, Red. I'm catching you up to speed. I mean, Amos is wounded seriously. Leife and him got into a
Amos
fight.
will be fine.
How do you...
Leife has some things to work out.
What? Okay, then. What am I going to say next?
Just call it Lesrin Intuition. Yeah, good save, buddy. Lesrin Intuition.
Okay, yeah. You don't read minds or anything now, do you?
I hear the voices of discord on the distance. They create a harmony in the universe, and I can play them like music. That was a shit show, Red. Like, what the hell?
That's weird.
Captain.
I appreciate your candor. I hope this isn't another mental instability.
No, everything's fine here, Captain. We're all fine here. How are you?
I'm doing well. as can be expected of a captain full of a ship that constantly tries to kill everything at all moments. No
You're not doing
PTSD
okay, are
there.
you, sir?
No, not in the least, not even the slightest, not anywhere near. Yeah.
So here's the deal, Captain. I've got new armor plates for the Archimedes, who apparently has fresh holes in her, including the deck that I just leveled,
Yeah, Leife did that.
and a new atmo generator.
Well, that's good. So I guess we should get to work on these things here shortly and try to get
Boy,
us
we
back
sure
together.
should. I haven't slept in 48 hours. You can find me in Medbay, sir.
There's no more room in Medbay. You might just have to make do with a cot.
Okay.
Red, do you head down below to get some rest at this point?
Yeah.
As you head down the stairs, you now see a small red kobold bearing some resemblance to an Ishlude from a long time ago. Messed up face, one side covered in little metal plates, carrying a bunch of equipment, and just kind of jauntily moving there with a tail that seems like an extra arm almost.
I know, Fu. The parallel is not lost on me.
Oh my goodness! You and this and you must be me from the future.
Honestly, I need to be straight with you. I feel like I know a lot about you already, but none of it makes an ounce of sense.
Time travel can be disconcerting, yes.
Okay. I'm delirious with pain and fatigue right now.
I'm delirious with pain and fatigue. My mouth is open and probably infecting right now. We are alike.
Yeah, no. What I'm trying to draw parallels between us so that we can have a close association in the long term. But my lived experience, me in this moment, is exhausted with pain and fatigue. You and I can talk about time travel all you want after I've had a nap that lasts at least, Jack's watch, 23 hours.
Oh yeah, of course, a regular 23 hours naps. Don't worry. We know this already. Anyway, I'm already working. I'm working on the ship. Like Knifey already hired me. I'm super important around here. You probably know already because you're me and you're super important. So yeah, you go and rest, and I'll work on this.
Yeah, no, for real. Game recognized game. There's new armor plates for the ship up top on the upper deck. And I got us a new atmo generator. I'd like to install that just because it's something of a hobby of mine. Don't ask. But the armor plates, if you happen to be a big deal around the ship anyway, those could go on the ship soon.
I hear you. Don't worry. Wink, wink. I get you. I understand us. Don't worry about it. Wink, wink.
Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. No, Sylvia's gone. Okay.
Although you did
You
see
and I,
some other SIL technology that boarded the ship following this individual using your meta knowledge.
But I also happen to know that it got taken care of by a very convenient natural 20.
That's true.
No, who I think we're going to get along, but for Aether's sake, I need to sleep so badly.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
not stopping you.
Cheers.
Unless I am, I guess. No.
Wait, are you?
Maybe?
I
Should
don't know
I?
if I can deal with this right. No, please don't. Please, for the love of everything that is sacred to you and anything else, please do not stop me from taking this nap.
Ah, all right. Thank you. I was getting a bit confused right there.
No, thank you. And then Red scuppers over to Medbay with like a really prominent limp.
You are underneath Red Bay or Med Bay, where there's just a cot outside the door for individuals who are in waiting room status, and you just crash into it.
All right, Clarion, we need to talk. Thump.
Oh, I see.
Red Iron comes in covered in aether burns, and his skin is all blistering off, and you can see like his bones sticking out of various sections of where his shoulder would attach, and everything is stripped away from the metal. He's seriously injured as well.
I can see that I will need to construct something that can replicate my healing abilities for this crew. We are utter disasters.
Some sort of eternal of well-being has provided Red Iron with a greater heal wounds. 2d6 plus 1 health returns to you at the moment your head hits the pillow and you have gone unconscious.
Thank you so much for the heal heavy wounds, Annika. Also, oh my god, Red Iron's asleep. I can exist again.
You've gained back 8 health on Red Iron at this point in time, so you're now at 9 health. All right. In this moment, Leife is locked up. Clarion is working with Amos. Red Iron is sleeping. Nohu is working. Nohu, can you give me a brains roll as you attempt to repair? There are a lot of tools on this ship and a lot of scrap. There's a lot of things you could do with this stuff. And as you walk into the engine room, you see these meticulously placed equipment all over the place. But it's so organized.
I mean, what is it even for if you can't even waste like 10 minutes trying to find anything? That's an adventure in and of itself. This requires new, organizing, some chaos organizement, if you know what I mean.
Are you going to actually use a chaos application to disorganize Red's tools?
Well, of course. He's me. I mean, he must have gotten a bit bored or boring in the future because I want to have like organized this in like years.
All right, give me a magical roll. Get higher than a 5 to avoid true chaos.
Hold up.
Damn it!
He gets a 6.
Oh God, no! And Benjamin knows what Red Iron knows.
Applications of chaos.
Well, you can't say it after the fact. So I'm gonna say with a 6, you do magically enchant the tools temporarily, basically causing them to get up and move away anytime you're not looking at them and go into a new location. This will last until the end of the first scene where Red Iron actually has to go get his tools.
Sounds perfect. And you're welcome.
And Nohu, from there, go ahead and give me a brains roll as you attempt to repair the door in the broken brig.
Door. I repaired the roll. All right. I don't have my tools anymore, so it's just my regular +2 from Tinker.
Yes, sir. Nice, 22. You are able to fix and repair the door to optimal condition over a small period of time. Where do you head from there?
Well, now I have a base gun that she gave me, so might as well spruce it up a bit. Give it the good old Kachkin notch and oil and spit.
All right, give us a Kachkin upgrade on B's gun. The item can now spray an element of the user's choice, the Kachkin's choice. What element are you going to put on B's weapon?
I'll go with we are in space, in a ship, made out of wood. So obviously fire seems like the best thing to go along with it.
B,
Obviously.
You can now write down that your weapon can attack with a fire attack once an episode. Your failure state is now, critical fail for you on that weapon is now a 5 or lower. So, from there, we now move back to Amos. Finally, awakening. The process is completed. B, Clarion, if you could sigh in relief or exhaustion after everything you've been through, you would at this point. You know you still have a lot more work to do, but Amos, now stable, wakes back into consciousness when he shouldn't, but you know he's a very strong Lesren. They are very strong Lesren. What do you do as your eyes come open? You see Clarion and Carrot there staring at you. Carrot very worriedly. I don't really know what Clarion's face looks like at the moment.
Well, this is Amos, so 3 things would happen. I'm assuming Clarion has them hooked up to like some sort of EKG heartbeat sensor thing.
Yeah, keeping track of your vitals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that spikes hard, first off. Amos rapidly sits up, and is there any sort of intubation equipment?
Yes, sir.
Begins just viciously tugging at whatever's attached to them.
So Amos immediately starts trying to tear out all of the medical equipment you've got him hooked up to.
Amos, stop now. You are in my care, and you are safe.
Amos is freaking out.
Give me a tough roll at the moment, Amos. And Clarion, give me a charming roll as you attempt to use bedside manner to get Amos to recognize what's going on. Amos is not having any of it at the moment. Actually, no, your stats are currently incorrect, Amos. I'm sorry. You don't have those benefits any longer, and you are down to 5 wounds. So you are at -5 to your roll. So you would have been at a 4. Clarion, give us kind of a rough bedside manner that Amos is just too weak at the moment to resist.
Security officer, you will cease and desist and submit to my healing.
You will submit to my healing.
The waveform evens out, and there is just this audible crash throughout the ship as Amos realizes they are in pain and lies back down from it.
The room shakes a little. You can tell that you are seriously wounded. It has been a very long time since you were so heavily injured, and as you're laying there, Amos, everything feels like a ton of weight. Just to try to move your arms, it's a Herculean task.
You see that you are in no state to be getting excited. And Clarion resumes, like just the intubation is probably not necessary at this point, but like just resecures like the EKG, the IV drip, everything that's keeping Amos healing.
Yep. Still needs those fluids pretty strongly at the moment. A lot of blood loss.
Whatever sort of fluid she used to get the intubation fluid down their throat coughed up along with a little bit of bile and a little bit of blood into the appropriate receptacle, and they just let out a ragged, audible Lesrin grumble.
Clarion gently puts her hand on Amos's head and awkwardly pats him. Good.
Whatever strange spirit has been watching over everyone here on the ship seems to move over and place their healing touch upon Amos's forehead as you gain back 2d6 plus 1 health, putting you
All right, I'll roll.
8 more health.
Hey, that's the lowest health I've ever been at.
You are now at 8 health as the goddess of life, Annika, in the audience has attempted to heal.
Annika, our patron saint of heal, damn it.
So, from that position, you lean back, and at the moment your head again touches the pillow, relaxes a bit, the tube has been removed, the phlegm and the disgustingness is out of the throat, and that coppery taste in the back of your mouth is starting to subside. You feel better already, Amos, and you realize exactly what's been going on, but your eyes are hard to keep open, sticky with heat and with dryness.
They don't open them.
Carrot, please wipe off the spittle from his mouth.
Yeah.
That would be more comfortable.
Carrot comes over and grabs a little cloth and like dabs at the edge of your mouth a little bit of cold, damp water. And looks at you. Amos, are you okay? I was really worried. Leife's okay. The captain put him in the brig.
Amos. No, Amos.
You're Amos.
Red. Red Iron.
I don't know where Red Iron is at all. Although I met my future self.
Future self.
Yeah, I turn red eventually, so I guess I'm gonna be, I guess I'm not gonna be Salvatore.
The waveform spikes again as Amos goes tense, fighting himself to sit up.
Just stay down, and
Who?
just rest, you bonehead.
What? New person?
Oh, it's just me from the future. It's fine.
Waveform intensifies.
Amos, I'm sure the captain has been apprised of the situation. You are under orders to recover.
B.
Beatrix is awake and seems to be in good spirits.
Amos, you need to lay down and get some rest. We gotta make sure Bicky's head injury doesn't get worse, and we gotta make sure that Red Iron's body parts stop trying to fall off.
Indeed, and to do all of those things, I would like to reattach my arm.
That's probably a good idea. Let me go get myself from the future. They'll probably be able to know what to do.
An extra set of hands couldn't hurt.
All right.
I'm sure me and Sheldon could make it work, however.
Well, I'll be right back.
Thank you, Carrot,
I'll be
for
right
all of
back,
your help.
and then I'll also be right back. See you in a moment.
Thank
Amos
you.
is
Carrot, by the way, you did a good job.
Yeah?
Yes.
I think
Amos.
I could do this, Clarion.
With more instruction, yes.
I've never been useful before.
Proud of you.
The
You
player
see
is crying.
Carrot turn and like lick their eyes and then walk out of the room.
Proud of you, Carrot.
Carrot rushes across the deck, going down below, turns and heads down the staircase, and almost bumps into Nohu. Oh, hi there, I am. I have a question for me.
Sharing knowledge about the future can be tricky, but I'll do what I can for me.
Of course, anything and everything, of course. Our resident automaton nurse lady seems to have lost an arm and needs assistance in putting it back on. Can we do that?
Of course we can. We are the best on that things and many others, which will come just as soon as you ask about them. But yes, in this specific case, we can do that.
We are so smart. We even have all of the supplies in your own arms right now.
But of course, I saw it coming.
Oh, right, because of the whole thing.
Yeah, because I was told to, repair, help around the ship and repair a lot of things. So if that requires repairing, that technically falls into the category of what I'm already doing. So yes, technically I saw it coming already.
Of
so
course.
Let's go.
I mean, we don't know how this thing works at all. Let's go.
That's the first part about being an adventurer. You're already on the great track.
Excellent. Did you know, as you're like walking up the stairs, I was told that maybe we could also be a medic.
Yeah, I know. I've dipped my toes on it a couple of times. We really got a knack for it, I can tell.
Oh, I am so happy to see that that's the correct path to our future.
Of course, a great adventurer has to be skilled in many things.
That is true. A great adventurer must be skilled in many different skills. I should learn how to do lots of things. Maybe when Red Iron wakes up, I can go help in the engine room. And when Bicky wakes up, I could go help in the kitchen. And then when Leife's driving, I could go help at the wheel. And then when the captain is bargaining, I can go and talk to the people with him.
Oh, me. You're missing the most important thing. I heard some cannon shooting just a moment back. Obviously, you're missing about learning how to shoot that thing.
Oh, right. Scarborough doesn't let us get anywhere near the cannons, though.
Well, that's why you have me now. Don't you see?
Two us's is better than one.
Indeed. You're learning fast, little rookie.
And the two of them move into the med bay, where you now see a red-skinned kobold that you saw before with the hole in its mouth, now bandaged up from B and from previous things that had been done. You can see Clarion standing there, and the arm is on the table nearby. It had been torn off, and is currently does not have a connecting coupling joint, as well as Clarion's arm socket is in need of repairs too.
Clarion is currently organizing her tools and parts as best as she can with Sheldon's help.
Just organizing things into place. What do you do, Nohu?
Hello there, metal lady. Is my low voice good enough now to be here?
As long as you do not disturb Amos, it is all right.
What? Who?
Am I disturbing you? Nope,
Yes.
that doesn't seem like it.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What?
Perhaps
Oh.
we
No,
should move.
that doesn't seem like it. All right. You needed some help.
Can I roll chaos?
And even...
Hold on, what was that?
Can I roll chaos to literally just have a vision of Amos towering over Nohu, loaded for bear, just imposing a presence over them to fall in line?
You could attempt to do so. Give me a magical roll and spend a point of overload for chaos and get higher than a 5.
Oh, yay! I'm gonna die!
That is a 19. Well, with that, suddenly there's a visage of this individual right in front of you, Nohu, that seems to be very tall, very imposing, and is exuding a presence that you now need to roll tough to resist an fear aura.
But I'm immune to fear.
That's true.
So I'm like, hey there, little buddy. Oh, no, wait, it goes through the...
Yeah,
Are you a
just goes right
ghost?
through.
Is Amos a ghost?
Amos is quite alive. Amos? I see. Well, it appears that we are disturbing the security officer, and we should depart.
Oh,
Blood
yeah.
spurts from a bandage.
Yeah, he has a leg. So... Oh, we can help! We can help me!
Waveform intensifies.
We are leaving now, and Clarion just scoops, props a toolbox onto her lap and scoops all of the parts into it, and then picks it up with her one good arm.
I'll say,
And
give me an agile roll, but I will give you a +2 because this is really important for you.
Who does the roll for what?
Nat 20. All right, with a nat 20, you expertly grab a hold of everything in this room and start to move out of it. But I will give you the added benefit of either A, being really good at using one arm for things in the future. So if you have to only be one-armed, you will no longer impose the penalties necessary for two arms, as long as it's possible for you to carry or manipulate the thing you're trying to do. Or would you be incredibly good at picking up kobolds?
I think the one-armed thing is more in character for Clarion.
All right. So Clarion no longer suffers penalties for a single arm usage of most things. And you're able to grab a hold of Nohu and Carrot, your supplies, and your Tinker's assistant floats around Sheldon right after you, heading out onto the main deck.
Wow, that's a really good grip. I can't wait to see how you do with two hands.
All right. As you come out there on the deck, we see, we're going to fast forward just a little bit here. So we have Nohu assist Clarion. Between the two of you, I have no doubt that you'll be able to fix Clarion's arm. So the two of you sit there and start working on that a bit. The captain continues piloting the ship. Scarborough goes around and checks on things that are on board the ship. But as most people here are injured or in need of some meditation or some time, 8 hours pass. Everybody has gained 8 applications of regen. So please apply those to your characters. If you have wounds, they are gone. And the party seems to be back in a direction of the mend, if you want to call it that. The captain has taken the ship and decided to have a little chat with everyone. Traveling towards Myocenas. He calls out over the comms. All right, everybody. I think it's time I had a little bit of a meeting with each and every one of you. I'm going to do that here shortly. But in the meantime, we're going to go to a civilian outpost. We've been through a lot recently. There's been a constant mire and morass of both terror, fear, disorganization, and chaos. And I think we'd all use a little break. There's a nice ice cream shop in this place I'm going to bring you all to. And we're just going to settle in, maybe get some new clothes, patch up the ship, minor repairs, whatnot, and see where things go from there. So we're heading to Cacardia. Once we stop in there and get back on our feet, then we'll continue towards Myocenas. But for now, everybody just continue resting, and I'll be down shortly to speak with you.
And Clarion would make sure that Nohu and Red Iron's injuries also got tended to.
All right. So everybody patched up. The hole in your cheek now bandaged and freshly healed over, although the skin is still, sensitive and new. Amos, you've got a series of scars now that are starting to build across your chest. Red Iron, your equipment has been repaired. Your body has been repaired, but not without, again, multiple scars and damaged sections of scales from the injuries you sustained. The captain first goes to know who is currently out on the ship, kind of doing work. We'll get to hull rolls later, but for now, as he comes over to you, he goes, "Look, I know you've been here a little while. I know we've had our differences in the past, but your morale lifting capabilities that have occurred, especially with Carrot, have not gone unnoticed, and you have been putting yourself to work here. So as long as you continue to remain an optimistic force and not a nuisance, and you don't damage my ship much further, well, more than anyone else here, just don't destroy it entirely. Then I suppose another kobold on the ship's probably okay. In the meantime, here's the payment that you get for having done this." He hands over a bag of 20 silver to you.
Can I get a raise?
Maybe later.
Aye, knifey.
It's cutlass.
Yeah, sharp. Like a
You
knife.
could just call me Captain. That works too.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as well. I'll work on that.
All right, you do that. You work on that, and I'll work on patience. Move on to the next crewmate. You see the captain move into the med bay, standing before Amos. Amos?
Amos has been working on their shield, just going in and fixing all the parts and pieces. Yeah.
You gonna be good at the moment?
No. What's up?
I'm worried about you. You have this unfortunate
Magnetism?
magnetism for threats, maybe. You take on too much. I know you're security chief on board. You're trying to keep everybody safe. I get that. But you cannot carry the weight of multiple worlds on your shoulders at once and expect not to break.
You expect them to carry it?
I expect you to give them the chance to try.
Will they?
You're a father. You know that. I know that. Someday, kids grow old enough to make their own decisions, to make their own mistakes.
Wait. And Amos fidgets around for the armored plate that they had on, looking for the photos that they had in their chest. Wait, I do. How'd you find out?
I'm the captain on board your ship. I know a lot of things about the crew.
I paid university spies to cover that up.
Who do you think? You know that the Archon of the university, or at least one of them, is the mother of our admiral, right?
What?
Oh, that's news to you.
Yeah, I've known about you since I got you on board the ship.
Uh, paging Clarion, Clarion, paging Clarion, paging Clarion.
Amos. Sometimes Sparrows gotta learn how to fly. Sometimes that means you need to step back and give them that chance. And if they die or they become harmed without asking for help, that is on them. All I'm saying is, give them a little more slack on the dad leash, right?
Promise me that we won't have another one of whatever the hell that Sylvia thing was again.
We will not have another one of those Sylvia things happen again. See a sill, slay a sill. That is absolutely number one. All right.
The next time this happens, I'm gonna collect my paycheck. I'm gonna go home because
Well,
I've almost died twice.
There's a good thing there isn't gonna be another time, eh? We good? You and me?
Knocks on wood.
All right, Amos. He just like slugs you on the shoulder lightly. Get some rest. Be ready for the next engagement. We're gonna go take some leave.
We're at
Cacardia.
waters,
Yep.
swimming.
Waters, swimming, sauna.
Amos smiles. All right, I'll behave.
All right.
Salutes.
Good on you, bud. And he just like turns and heads out of the room from there.
Clarion was waiting outside. She heard the summons, but chose not to come in because she didn't want to interrupt the captain.
The captain sees you there. Clarion.
Yes, Captain.
I'm sorry.
For what, Captain?
Your job seems to be the one that's being most done on this ship recently. And that's not how it's supposed to be when you're a medic.
The crew has needed a lot of healing lately, Captain. I do not think it was entirely under your control.
Yeah, but there are some decisions that were made that maybe I should have overridden.
Ah, I see.
In the meantime, we should get you some new parts. I mean, if that's all right with you. You've been using these so continuously. They're a bit... It looks
Worn?
like weathered and worn. Yeah.
I would not mind a polish in the slightest, Captain.
When we get to Cacardia, we're going to look up some way to polish your chassis or whatever you want. That sounds weird coming from me. We'll upgrade and update.
Yes.
Yeah.
That does sound a little bit sexual.
We didn't need to, I mean, nice to talk
I
to
did
you.
not misconstrue that, Captain. That is okay.
Right, okay.
I understand that we cannot procreate, and it would not be
That's
appropriate.
not even, okay.
I will accept an electroplating. That would be useful.
All right. Well, then we will look into that when we get to shore leave. I'll make sure everybody's taken care of as best possible. You make sure people don't die on the route there. I'm sure everything will be fine.
I would appreciate an upgrade for the medical bay. Better tools would help me better heal.
That one will resupply for sure. When it comes to increasing the capabilities of our current one, I'm not certain as he rubs some silver together. We have exactly what we need for that. But hopefully after this job on Myosinus, we'll get there.
Ah, I see. Well, as long as you are aware of the problem, I am satisfied.
Excellent. As you were, thank you again for your service, and I really appreciate you being part of the crew.
Of course, Captain.
And he just kind of nods, heads downstairs. He goes to B next. Hey, B. How you doing, kiddo?
It's been pretty rough, Cap. Not gonna lie.
It has. And, you've had a lot of weight on your shoulders recently as well. But with your friend and with all of the crazy things we've been through.
want to apologize for putting you through a little more than was necessary, I think.
It's okay, Captain. I'm part of the crew. I should go through as much as anybody.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's just aspects about you that just... I just had this conversation with Amos. Let it go. She's a big girl now. She can handle herself. You just take care and make sure that the decisions you're making are yours and not someone or something else's. You understand what I mean?
That's good advice, Captain. In general.
Yeah. All right. Well, he like ruffles your hair for a second. See what Bicky's up to, and try to make her feel as comfortable as possible. She's already, in as many or as few words, let me know that she will not be staying on board the ship once we arrive at Cacardia.
Aw. Well, at least we can have ice cream together one last time.
True. I'm sure she'd enjoy that.
Okay.
All right. I will see you later. I know that there's some work that needs to be done on the ship, and if you could give, well, why don't you give Carrot and Clarion a hand later?
Carrot and Okay, Captain.
All right. He turns and leaves from there, heading down the hallway, ends up inside of the jail where Leife is at. You see him walk over to the bars, and he just unlocks the door. Oh, it's fixed. All right. He squeezes the door, just comes open. You good?
Good with what?
Well, I need my first mate back. There's a lot of jobs to be done. We're going to be traveling on, and I can't keep you here in this cell forever. Are you back in your own mind at this moment? Or at least not ready to fight and kill your own crewmates?
I don't know, Cap. You ready to go?
I don't know is not exactly the answer that I was looking for, but yes, we need to get back on the road.
All right, Cap.
All right, I expect you to get back up to your position and drive the ship, please. We're going to head to Cacardia. B's already gotten coordinates in for us earlier, so do that. And Leife, if you need to talk as well, my very tiny room is always available for us to have a chat.
Certainly true. But I'm your first mate before anything else in the world.
That's good to hear. You know, maybe a new album's dropped. Maybe we can find the next songs together.
Maybe we can.
The captain leaves and heads out to the engine room, very end of the ship. TPK roleplay, thank you for the raid, by the way.
Woo! TPK role. Oh man, TPK roleplay. You're in for a treat because you get to experience this scene that's about to happen. Red talks to Benjamin as he knows the captain's approaching and says, "I really don't want to have this conversation. I'll take the wheel. I got you."
The door opens up. Cutlass walks in the room, sees Red Iron there. Hello, Red Iron.
Red is sitting on his cot, and his eyes are like fully dilated with like galaxy brain power going through. And then
maybe a few painkillers too.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is pretty intense. Hey, Captain, you don't want to have this conversation right now.
You don't know what conversation we're gonna have.
Ooh, I heard the previous ones. You don't.
You are acting weird.
Yep. That's first of all, it's not new. Second of all, yeah, actually, currently the situation is fraught.
What the hell happened to your accent?
Can't tell you.
Are you okay, Red Iron? It sounds strange, but I feel like I'm talking to somebody else.
Red is super not okay right now.
Are you speaking in third person now?
Yeah, that's a new thing. That's a new thing for Red. Speaking in third person. There's been a lot of changes. How about this? This is a fractured subconscious element, having dealt with an aggressive AI that impeded Red Iron's conscious function, and Red Iron is currently using this to reconcile the situation. A lot more to untangle than you're probably ready to do right now. Trust me, you don't want to go here right now.
So you are now Red's subconscious need to distance himself from his own grievances.
Only for the next 15 hours, but yeah, basically.
What can I call you?
You can call me Benjamin, Captain.
Well, Benjamin, nice to meet you. Sorry to hear about Red Iron's current predicament. So I need to know, is he gonna be okay?
No, but that's okay. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, I've been through a lot of no, but that's okay moments in my life.
I think you're gonna have to let this one break the way it's gonna break.
He's not infected by some sort of other entity that's going to harm the crew at the moment or anything, right?
Absolutely the fuck not. Nope, not even a little bit.
I'll just take your word for it, I suppose.
Yep, good call. Thank you, sir.
When Red Iron becomes Red Iron again, or has this existential crisis come to an end, have him come see me. In the meantime, pleasure meeting you.
Ideally, you and I will never see each other again.
We're not seeing each other now, you're just talking in my head.
Yep.
Alright, later, Benjamin. And he just turns and walks from the room.
After a while, Crocodile.
He heads up onto the deck, and you see the ship with the Sparrows on board, continuing to travel the pre-designated route heading towards Cacardia. And as the vessel jets off into the distance, we see the captain standing there at the main deck behind Leife. And as the scene fades out and reopens, we see a crosshair lined up right on him and Leife from a different ship. And as a shot rings out, the scene fades to black as tonight's episode of Sparrows comes to a close. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We're going to go around the table. We're going to say who we are, where our socials are, and what our favorite moments from tonight's episode were. So, as we do here on Roll for Chaos, we'll go randomly. Leife, you're up first tonight. Hey, Kai.
Hey, what's going on?
How the hell are you? Who the hell are you? And what did you enjoy?
I am Kai Fei. I play Kai and Leife. You can find me on Twitter at Somewhere. You can find me on Instagram on Somewhere. My favorite scenes for the night. You probably couldn't separate me from the screen anytime Know Who was there. Just honestly amazing. I don't know. It's hard to pick. It's like every scene where Know Who is there, it just, my whole heart is now in my chest or in my mouth or whatever the phrase is. We're just like, yeah, please continue, son.
Yes. Know Who is an interesting cat, and so is Strat. Well, we'll move on from there to B. Gwen, you're up.
Hi, I'm Bea Gwen. I'm B and Gwen. I'm enjoying this. You can find me here on Fridays, obviously. And normally you can find me over in the chat, hanging out and modding. So favorite scene, I guess I can't say the entire night. But it has been full of them. Since Kai already chose Know Who was brilliant, I'm gonna go with Carrot finding his newly found love of being a medic.
Well, that was a good one. It was a nice scene, and it flowed naturally since Carrot made some really good rolls for the first time ever. So
220s.
220s, yes, that had to be done. Carrot is now officially on the medic track, and we'll move from there to the man of the hour, Stratful. Know who?
Hello, everybody. Strathel here, playing as Nohu. Please keep watching us every Friday here. Well, maybe not next Friday because that's the week we rest. But from there on, every 3 Fridays, you know, just keep on with whatever crazy chaos happens to be at the moment. And for my favorite scene, I'll have to give it to Amos. I really like the idea of his subconscious like flaring out and giving out very little bits about himself and about his feelings on even traumas for everyone else to digest.
I'm sure there will be more of those in the future to come, probably. Oh, speaking of future traumas, Amos, Jackal, you're up.
I am Jamos, and my favorite moment from this evening, I can't say because Gwen said it. But probably it just I'm not going to toot my own horn. That's a personal rule of mine. Though I will admit it was rather cathartic to actually get something from Amos out there. Favorite scene would probably Carver showing up. Because as a longtime chronicler, acting reporter for this channel, I've been on a... Carver is my boogeyman, but maybe it was the events leading up to today, but having them show up the way they are, not strike a deal, just be there as a family friend, was unsettlingly calm for me.
Well, I'm glad you got to
Jackal.
have that.
I'm Jackal. I occasionally stream. I do a lot of Nerf Blaster modifications. Currently working on a tanker build for a Demolisher, turning it into a fully automatic half-length dart thrower. If you like that kind of stuff, check it out. Twitch, Jackal.
Great stuff there. And he does our news, Jackal's recap, on Tuesdays, as well as this show. You, sir, need to go get some Amos level rest, I think, after your crazy work.
I think you mean staying awake since Thursday morning,
Yeah.
10 a.m.
You need to go get some rest and be well. So
Okay, but all I ask is that you get some rest too, because you put a book out.
Hey, I promised I would take this weekend off from.
I have your phone number. I will give you a call if I suspect something.
I will.
I mean it.
I will.
I will Amos.
I
your
know.
rear
I
end.
will. I know. I realize that is an aspect of your own personality.
I need to enforce rest on both of you.
Oh gosh, Clarion, no, it's okay.
Nope.
Please, yes.
All right. And next up, Nora, Clarion, your turn.
Hi, I am Norion Belra, playing Kilarion Bell and Nora in the game called Real Life. You can find me over at the Cornfields and Kobolds podcast, playing Quaylin, a fire tree, a saucy wench, and on here on Fridays, as usual. And next week, it's gonna be Monster Hearts with Anna Sanctum Cosplays, where I play Avery Roundtree, the saddest bean that everybody loves. Apparently. I didn't
Misguided
expect...
souls.
Avery is my spirit animal.
Thank you. And you can also find me on Twitter at Azedadine. Drop me a follow. I mostly retweet, I mostly retweet. And over in the Cornfields and Kobolds Discord, shit posting and having fun.
It's a good time. So thank you very much. And yeah.
Favorite scene. While I continue to love this entire meta knowledge Benjamin Red Iron thing, I have to give it to Amos saying, "I'm proud of you, Carrot."
That was
Because
so cute.
that was very heartwarming.
It was. Proud of you. Carrot heard that.
And also B and Know Who just being wholesome.
That was a second Carrot will remember that thing, by the way. So we got 2 of those tonight. All right, moving right along from here to Red Iron. Oh, and Benjamin.
Yeah, no, Benjamin's going to drive this one. Red Iron's going through a tough time right now. Hey, everybody, I'm TT Benjamin. You can find me on Twitter at TTBenjamin1. I am the Dungeon Master, producer, and host at the Lawful Great Adventures podcast, a Pathfinder 1st Edition podcast about 4 friends on a long journey home. One breath. You can find us wherever your podcasts are found. We just finished up our first campaign. We're on a temporary hiatus while I prepare the second campaign and we work on prologue material. Please catch up on the first campaign. You have plenty of time. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see when I actually launch the second one. Yeah, we'll get around to it. I am proud to portray Red Iron and or right now Regimen or Ben Iron. Those are the 2 options. Having a great time. It's a lot of fun. Favorite scene, the ones that affected me most. See, here's the thing. I went last, so I was like, got the big sad from Amos and Carrot at the end there. All right, that felt good. Know Who implying that he's actually everyone from the future so far that he's met is very it's very funny to me. But really, honestly, I really liked Clarion finally being the bedrock, the safety net, the foundation, the cushion for the entire team. Like all of a sudden, everyone ends up in medbay, and they just need Space Mom to save them. Yeah. And that was very important to me because I feel like it's been a long road, and we finally got there. And we all knew it was going there, but it finally got there.
You have very much relied on the rock that is Clarion in this episode very hard. Ben, I am more partial to Bishlood than...
Bishlood! All right, listen up, Bishlood. We're going to have a conversation.
Exactly. It's a good one. All right, everybody, and I am Ty, creator of Aether and Steamworks, the game that we're playing here. You can check it out on DriveThruRPG if you want a copy of it. $14.99, no big deal. 403 pages and counting, with more stuff coming all the time. I'm going to be setting up a new Kickstarter pretty soon for Aether and Steamworks Expanded, which will have 5 one-shots, 4 classes in it, 6 new ancestries, some monsters, some maps, all kinds of cool stuff, and description of a new world as yet undiscovered. Thanks a lot for giving that away without even realizing it, Kai. And yeah, hope you enjoyed tonight. Next week is our off week. We do have Misguided Souls, and I think T&B's is still going to run on Monday. So if you want to check out either one of those, please do so. Misguided Souls is amazing. Some new and wonderful and awesome cast members, and on T&B's, we're actually going to start inviting on guests to yak about crazy and stupid news with us every other week or so. So that is us. And as always, we love you all out there. We very much appreciate that you come out here and play this crazy game with us and save all of us over and over and over again, or cause complications, or just hang out and chat and make our doing this worth it. So other than playing, I mean, playing's a lot of fun too. I mean, there is that. I mean, we get a lot of things out of it.
Chat saved Amos tonight.
Chat did save Amos tonight. So thank you all for watching again, and we will see you next time. Good night.
Bye. Take care.